Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back. It must be Sunday. Sunday, fun day. This is my favorite part of this group. I love it when you guys are in two separate areas and are about to start a combat.
What? Wait, no.
wait, what? What are we doing? Why is this feel so unfair? I think it was just Ford that was chasing somebody. We weren't involved in this shenanigans.
I didn't open the locket and disappear.
I'm just gonna say, if I'm doing combat alone, I'm dead. So I don't even need to roll dice. I'm just gonna log off and come back with another character, I guess.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, that's right. Karina opened up the locket from, who was that from again? Who gave you that?
My parents.
Yeah, your parents gave you that locket.
But who gave it to them?
Who gave it to them? And who gave it to them? Who gave it to them? And who gave it to them? Who gave it to them? Who gave it to them? The sinister conspiracies abound everywhere we go. Either that or our DM just got bored and wrote up a bunch of bullshit. Either or, either then.
Either way, it works.
Where we last left off, the party had concluded their activities at the Gilded Mirage and determined to support Artagnan's alternate personality, Bragsworth, in an effort to better understand what Lord Callion was up to. The team, through Forn, convinced Callion to meet with them at the tavern in the Airy Spire, and from there they discovered that Lord Callion is after Bragsworth's supposed ability to create magic paintings. Callion was under the impression that these paintings were specifically being created by Bragsworth for the purposes of creating magical gateways or portals. It had been determined, however, that possibly it was the what's the name of the auction house?
Greymaker.
The Greymaker. Possibly were using the paintings and then making them into something else. Although not entirely sure what that was. However, it was Eritrea, Karina, and Melody who decided to head over to the temple and have a chat with Elith to make sure that she was doing okay. As well as Professor Jabatros and Forn heading to the Airy Spire after the conclusion of the interaction with Lord Callion. Here at the Airy Spire, Professor Jabatros, still feeling a little bit guilty about what had happened, had decided to participate in the investigation and continued recovery of the dwarven ship, while Forn saw somebody familiar in the crowd and began a foot chase. Meanwhile, Melody and Karina discovered that Eritrea may have had an encounter with someone that has been on their minds. Per their conversation with Artagnan, they decided that maybe Eritrea had another conversation with this Azamar, this first of Azamar, which seems to be pulling Eritrea into ever deeper concern that he is either a vessel or possibly a connected entity to the absent gods due to the events of Predathos. At what point, Karina, did you open the locket? Were you guys were still at the temple, right, when that happened?
Karina went to the library to read.
That's right. You're at the library, and you opened, and after leaving Eritrea Melody behind at the temple, you had headed up to the library to do research in regards to everything about what you guys have been discovering with Artagnan. Here you found a couple interesting tidbits of information, but by far the most interesting one was the fact that there's a connection of a hag and possibly connected to Forn as well. You were then done at the library, opened up your locket, and then disappeared.
Read the names.
That's true. Read the names. What were those names again? Anyone?
Weave, hearken, and disdain.
Oh, weave.
God, you guys take good
Got it.
notes.
Can't read my handwriting.
That's
Honestly-
like the things that I wrote really clear. A lot of it is not clear, but those names were clear.
Yeah, I thought I wrote wealth.
I wish it was wealth.
Different
I
vibe.
think you're wealthy enough, Karina.
Never. Never.
Always love the suspense.
I'm shooting at an invisible man who's bleeding now, though.
Kill him. Please kill him. He's been such a pain.
See, I knew somebody would understand why this is happening. So,
Oh, yeah. Okay. There were a couple things I missed in my checklist, so yeah, we've got to get through what I gotta tell you, Karina, you tend to do some of the most brash and audacious things, let me tell you. From now, I feel like I need to send an escort with you.
It's
Keep you out
let's
of
pretend
trouble.
It's bravery, not stupidity.
Well, I mean, bravery in the eyes of beholder, or
Stupidity
Somewhat.
is in the eyes of the beholder, I think.
Wait, something about beholders? That went to on now?
yeah.
you know, there was a wizard went around with a little group of hobbits that he disappeared for a while, came back super strong. So he also didn't remember anything about it, but
Wait, are we talking about Bilbo?
Okay, are we talking about the legend of Macho Mandal?
yes, Macho Mandolf, that guy.
There you go.
Macho Mandal.
Randolph.
Yeah.
Randolph.
Randolph, which is
Randolph.
that's what you were looking like, right? He soloed the boss and then came back, 50 levels higher than everybody else.
What you're saying is there's a chance I'm coming back 50 levels higher than everybody else.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm in.
That would definitely be helpful, I think. Definitely would be helpful.
Now, whether or not it's because you sell your soul to a hag because you're there, and that's why you're stronger, I don't know.
No judgment. We all do what we must.
But how many times can one sell their soul? Like, can you sell it to multiple people and then just be like, I don't know, fight over it, guys?
Yeah.
You know, if
Melody,
you-
that's really good. D6 inspiration. That makes a lot of sense,
I
actually.
mean, if you're charismatic enough, right?
Like
Well-
I could see Karina standing there going, as much as I'd like to give you my soul, okay, they own a little bit of it, they own some of it, they've got a taste of it. I think you should all get together and fight it
Are you
out to
familiar
see who
with the
can
concept of a
put the
time
pieces
shift?
together.
It's like
Might magically summon a lawyer to help out.
Yeah.
that's evil. That's actually evil.
Yeah,
Evil
evil
is the
arrives. I see we're in this bit of a trouble again, my mistress. It would
Evil, we
seem
need you to
that
come
many
lead
people
us.
own bits and bobs of your soul.
Yeah.
You're just Schrodinger's soul, though, right? You're Schrodinger's soul. You
I
have
think
one
at
you
some
don't.
point I'm
Nobody
just
knows.
gonna have to sell your guys' souls and see what happens. I think at some point you guys are gonna have to pitch in, and let's say that's how you pay for the 500 gold that
You
you
know,
owe me.
Horn's not
Wait,
entirely sure that he has one.
Not
so-
to mention,
Hey.
Karina's now sitting on an inheritance of 100,000 gold.
Also, I don't know if you guys. I assume this would carry on in the D&D's Worldscape. But remember, birds aren't real, so I mean, what am I going to give?
Yeah.
You're true, Professor. So kind of you to offer up your fake soul. I'll take it. Thank you.
Karina, the world collapses around you. You feel like you're in a kind of zero gravity space for a brief moment, and then you feel pulled back into existence. Immediately, you splash into a large body of shallow water. You can hear the cicadas and insects chirping and making noises in the background. You can see that you're in some kind of massive tree structure, a series of trees all around you. A huge, strange-looking statue embedded up into the tree canopy. All around you, you can see things made of bone and leather. You watch as a large snake kind of slithers along the edge. You can see a makeshift, like you're inside of a makeshift hovel, but it's within the interior of this space that you're in. At the back end of the hovel, you can see a cauldron, a large cauldron, maybe 5 foot in diameter, 4 foot in height. And it sits on a great kind of crisscross of bone and wood that are interlaced underneath the cauldron. A slowly simmering flame underneath it. Fume and smoke, barely visible, kind of seeping up and out of the cauldron. It's humid in here. It's like you can feel your sweat beginning to build. You're not sure where you are, but you don't feel like you're in Jrusar anymore.
I'm gonna try and... I guess first I'm gonna try and hide. Is there any hiding place that is close to me?
Yeah, there's clumps of debris and waste and boxes of various junk and various bits of decay kind of lying around. Give me a stealth check as you go to hide behind it.
Oof. It's a 7, but I have inspiration still, so I'll use my inspiration.
That's probably a good idea.
So 7 plus 5. 12, but I also have... Do I still have... I also have... Wait, do I... Yes, I still have... The Ring of Twilight Flicker, which gives me advantage on stealth once every long rest, so I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, go for it.
Wow, the world wants me to die. Never mind. We're sticking with 12.
12? Okay. As you duck behind the fetid debris and rot, you see 3 old hags come walking into the interior of the chamber. They avoid where you're hiding and continue to walk past towards the rear of the hovel, heading towards the direction of the cauldron. They're silent at first, kind of nattering to themselves under their breath. Oh, this will do quite nicely. This is what we've been looking for. You hear another one of them go, "It better be the right one. It's been a long time coming. 10 years we've waited." You watch as the third one sets off a series of clicks and clacking noises. It's the third one that shocks you a bit. It is both a creature of metal and a creature of organics. A hag that can only be described as a construct hag. And the third one, "I understand what the concerns are, sisters. But this hidden world we find ourselves in, we cannot stay here much longer. If it wasn't for that damn fool Mason and what he did to the other world that we love so dear, we wouldn't be in this situation, would we? No, you're right. We picked the wrong horse to hitch our wagon to, and we've been paying that price for 10 long years. 10 long, excruciating years." The 3 of them line up in a circle around the cauldron. They begin to manipulate and start a ceremony that brings an illusionary kind of image above the cauldron. And within that image, it begins to arc into a bit of almost like it's reminiscent of that image that you had that was described by Professor Jabultros of a gateway being opened. And as it arcs and opens the illusion, you can see two familiar friends talking to a third person. You see Melody and Eritrea talking to Elith in front of the Bahamut temple. It's almost as if they're doing a form of scry of some sort. You then watch as the image shimmers, and they are looking down on an image of Lord Calion talking to someone. And then it shimmers. And then all of a sudden, there's an explosion of energy. And then the energy recoils in on itself, begins to form into the silhouette of a familiar person. As it begins to form, one of the old crones goes, "Oh, he's back. I don't like this one. Reminds me too much of Mason. Devilry in his mischief." "I understand, sister, but he may have information for us." Of course. Let's see what he has to say." You watch as the astral projected image of Crimp forms there in the hag's lair in front of the three hags. Crimp's silhouette kind of staticky a bit. "What are you three up to? We had a deal. Stop scrying on our world. If they find out where you are and who you are, there's nothing I can do to protect you. Do you understand? We don't need protection from the likes of you, you metal fool. We do what we please, when we please. You are wanted by some folk that if they are to get their hands on you, everything I've built, everything I've planned for, will fall apart, and I cannot let that happen. Do you understand?" You watch as the image of Crimp stops, looks over his shoulder, staring at the debris pile that Karina's hiding behind. The three hags look past him. "What is wrong? What is it?"
Can I transform myself real quick?
Sure, what do you want to change into?
Somebody that, let's say Regina Greenblade.
Okay. You change into Regina Greenblade. You watch as the metallic crone, the construct crone, comes walking from around the cauldron. You can hear it getting closer and closer. And then its shadow looms up over you, looking down towards you. "Oh, what do we have here?" The huge metal hand comes down, picks you up by the scruff, starts carrying you over, and poof, sets you in the middle of the space between the cauldron and the others. The Crimp astral projection sees you. "What are you doing here, Regina? You're supposed to be in the Hellcatch Valley. Why are you here? And how did you get here? You do not possess the power or ability to get here."
I've had some help. There have been people who have noticed the scrying. They asked me to follow it. I did not expect to end up here.
There's a hesitation between all of them. Give me a deception check, if you would, please.
And I get advantage because of the actor's feat.
Yep, you do. You have two of them.
Yes.
2 feet.
I'm really rolling bad today. That's 15.
It's a
It's not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. There's a moment of hesitation between all of them as they stare at each other. The other, more elderly, bent, and ancient-looking hag comes away from the cauldron. "I don't understand. This is the one that you said would help us. What did she, and how is she?" It's at that moment, as they all look at you with a bit of concern on their face, you feel the locket begin to vibrate, and You watch as everything collapses around you yet again, and you are back at the front of the library. The sound of the city rolling across you.
I cuss loudly.
Excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? Is everything all right? One of the librarian caretakers standing nearby.
Shh, people are studying.
I cuss at him irrationally.
We're gonna have to ask you to leave, miss.
No, I apologize. I'm sorry. I read a really good twist in this book.
Well, please read it out in the gardens, thank you. Guards, would you escort
No,
this
wait,
woman
no.
out, please? You watch as 2 guards come out of one of the nearby rooms and kind of hustle you towards the front entrance of the library and kind of just leave you out there and mind your manners. And the 2 guards go back inside the library.
Okay, I think Karina needs a second to process, but she is going to she knows where everybody else is, right?
You
Thereabouts.
know that Born and Professor Jalbatros are somewhere in the Airy Spire. You know that Melody and Eritrea are at the Bahamut Temple.
Okay, I think because she knows Eritrea and Melody are getting scryed on, she's gonna go to them to try and figure out what's happening there.
Okay. Forn,
No, not good enough.
the following this person that you shot has taken you in a kind of like circular pattern more towards the dock and boat area of the stanchions of the Airy Spire. You kind of chased them down an alley, it circled down, and you're standing there where a couple of the buildings kind of meet. You could see a narrow street where the person, their blood trail, because you continue to follow their blood trails, they were still invisible.
Mhm.
And this blood trail seems to lead down the street. As you get there, a few hundred feet to your right, you can see Professor Jalbatros over in the pile of debris, currently, like assisting in the recovery and excavation of the site.
I'm gonna call out to him.
Okay.
I just, hey, Professor, come on. And I keep on, I'll kind of wait for him to look up and then take off following the blood trail.
Professor, you see Foreign yell at you to follow him, and he goes tearing off down a street behind a building. And he's a couple hundred feet away from where you're currently working on the debris pile.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of do a long sigh, just. Okay. Just set my tools out and then just fly after him.
Okay, she goes sprinting up after him. Foreign, you get halfway down the street where the blood trail seems to end. You're in between 3 buildings. There's a street to your right, and the street here continues. You hear, what's your passive perception?
Passive is an 18.
18. You see 2 individuals step out of the shadows to your right. You see a 3rd individual step out of the shadow to your left. And up ahead, a wounded, familiar-looking member of the Ivory Syndicate, Jafar, steps from around the corner. Well, this suddenly became much easier. I need you and Professor Jalbatros to roll for initiative, please.
Yay!
For Eritrea, Karina, and Melody, you and Eritrea are still having a conversation with Elith in front of the temple. Suddenly, in that conversation had taken a while, but suddenly you see Karina coming running up the garden gravel path towards you. and she's out of breath. She seems really excited about something. And as she begins to approach you, behind her, stepping out of secret areas of the garden, you see 4 individuals stepping out of the shadows, wearing obvious Ivory Syndicate emblems and signs of who they worked for. I need the 3 of you to roll for initiative, if you please.
All
You
right.
should have done.
Yeah.
I think I've rolled
Spontaneous battle.
I think I've rolled the best damn initiative I've ever rolled in this game right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let me change the banner.
Every other time I think this is maybe the second time since I've been playing Thorn that I've been above 10 on initiative.
Nice.
Well, I'm hoping that initiative roll isn't indicative of how I'm going to be doing the rest of the evening.
So the Paladins and Rangers absorbed all of the initiative from everybody else. Is what that's what I'm saying. We absorbed everyone else's initiative.
It's for the best.
You,
All right.
yeah, you know.
So we got a 20 and 19 for Forn and Jabaltros. Then we have a 9, a 3, and what did you get, Melody?
An 18.
An 18. Interesting. This couldn't have happened better if I planned it this way. Holy crap. Forn, you and Professor Jabaltros are up first. Forn, as you see these individuals coming out of the shadows, you hear Professor Jabaltros come up right behind you.
All right. As a free action, can I tell him I'm getting the gray fucker, and then I'll start my actions there.
Yeah, go for it.
Because that's the one it's who I was chasing down here, right? All right, and then to start off, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike again.
Okay.
So that gives me the speed to get around. I'm going to go off to the left of where we're looking right now, just
Okay.
to block me out of direct path of those guys. I'm gonna go full movement off to the left.
This way?
Kind of trying to get a little bit of cover there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so that's bonus action on the movement, so that's 1 action point, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then I'm going to hex. Hang on, I gotta see if I gotta hit him first. Yeah, I hit with the attack first. So let me. If I get to roll with advantage on the attack. I'm gonna attack Trafar
Okay.
with my rifle. And yeah, if it hits, I'm gonna apply hex on him. But yeah, we'll see what we get when we roll. Ha! Double 9s.
Oh, nice. Gambler's luck.
Yeah.
That's
I was
critical.
like, well,
Yeah.
that sucks. It's 9, but it's a double 9. Yay. All right. Yeah. Hey, yay. Crit. Woohoo. All right. So hex would apply after the crit count for the attack roll.
Correct. Correct.
I'm just assuming that. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. So, with the first attack, so with the way crit works, I have what's it called? Dreadful Strikes that adds a D4. Does that also count when it's roll? I'll die first and then re-roll them.
Yeah, it's
Any
good.
die you're intended to roll is automatically maxed
Yep.
out.
All right. Cool. So that's gonna be 20 off the bat, unrolled, because
Nice.
it's 16. It's a D12 plus 4 plus 4.
Yep, that's automatically
And then-
20 points. Yeah.
A D12 and a D4 on top of it, which is a 12 and a 4. I can't roll better tonight. Thank the gray dice. Thank you for the gray dice there, Spot. I'm gonna thank Spot for the dice, even though it's,
Aw.
because that's
chaos.
okay,
of
Yeah, they
the
probably
back.
stole them.
so that, right. So that's 36. Plus I'm applying hex. which would be a D6 on top of that, which is 5. So that's 41 total damage.
Nice.
Wow.
You watch as he takes it almost like a gut shot. He grabs onto his stomach and ribs. You can see blood kind of pooling through his fingers. He's like, damn it, get him!
And with Hex, it's his disadvantage on dexterity for him.
Yep. That was 1 AP to move, 1 AP. That was only one of your shots, right? You still have another shot.
Yeah,
like
I got the
first shot.
Yeah, I've got the second shot, but I applied Hex on top of it, so this second shot will end on my AP, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I had 1 AP to move, 1 AP to shoot, 2 AP to cast Hex.
That's right. Okay, go for it.
Second shot. It's gonna be a 17 plus. Where's my numbers? Plus 9, 26 to hit.
26 will definitely hit with an extra D4 of damage.
All right. That's 12 plus 4 is 16.
Woo!
So
you did like paladin level damage for your attack.
57 damage.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's wild.
I don't think you'll ever top that. At least at this level.
Till I fix my gun, because the gun's supposed to be 2d12, but I dropped it to 1d12.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been another d12 on top of all those rolls. So
that'll finish your turn, Professor Jabatros. What is your dex?
I think it's like, let's see, dex 18.
18. Trafar and the others are going to go first, with Professor Jabatros on deck. Let's see. He is going to go and... You notice that as this guy comes running at you, Forn, a spiritual bear begins to form around him, and he lands in front of you. And as he does, he strikes at you with his weapon, and his weapon is like an extension of a bear paw that comes towards you. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Hits.
That is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
You watch as he does it again. That's going to be a 12. That'll miss.
Yep. No hit.
He is then going to cast the cantrip. What's that cantrip called? I don't want to have to go to my notes. Infestation, he's going to cast, not infestation. He's going to cast chill touch on you, which he's technically in base. That is 16 plus 5 is 21.
21 hits.
Okay. That is going to be 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Let's see. Trafar, he is going to cure wounds on himself. He will get 17 hit points back. He will also drink a potion for an additional 11. That puts him back at 28
Oh my God.
up. And then he will take his 2 shots at you. You have half cover, so your armor class is up by 2.
Okay.
That is, both of those are definitely going to miss. That is a 13 and a 12. This guy, I love the 2 crouching guys going at it. This guy's going to move into base with Professor Jabatros. Make his 2 attacks with his dagger. That is going to be a 10 and a 24. You're on mute, Professor.
I was asking myself out loud if I was muted. The 10 misses, the 24 hits.
24 will hit. That is going to be 6 plus 5 is 11 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and give me a con save, if you would, please.
All right, con save. What is that? 16. 16.
That will save. That was the DC. You are not poisoned, and you take no poison damage. 1, 2. He's going to spend his final 2 AP to slash at you again. That is going to be a 12 and a 21.
The 21 hits.
Okay. That is going to be 6 points of slashing damage. Make another con save, if you would, please.
All right. Where did my trash go? Ooh, nat 20.
Nice. That will save. You are not poisoned, and you take no poison damage. Let's see. This guy, he is going to go invisible. That's 2 AP to cast invisibility. Then he'll move. Okay. I'll finish his turn. Back over at the temple. You know, one of these days you got to make a mini, Karina. I keep finding all my cool, like, off-the-shelf minis, but I feel like you should go to Hero Forge and make one for me. It's free to do so if you ever get a chance.
I need to do for all the characters. Right now, I think she's Sauron.
I thought she was Regina still, wasn't she?
She'd be. Well,
Or did you change before you went to?
I think I'd change just because being Regina in the streets is a bad idea.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. With that, these 4 come running out of the garden. It's going to be... We've got... He's going to stay right here. Going to cast Magic Missile on Melody.
oh, outrageous.
I just got done doing my hair. How dare you?
It's the glamour. The glamour is like attracting the missiles, right?
It's like, oh, dang it.
That's 11 points of force damage.
All right. Jeez.
He had to move out of the garden. That was 1 AP. Spell is 2 AP. He's going to cast Firebolt as well. Firebolt is ranged attack or dex save? I always forget.
Range attack.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Range spell, yeah.
Yeah, ranged spell attack. 8 plus 5, 13. That's going to miss. This guy is going to race immediately into base with Karina. He's going to take his 2 attacks with his flaming sword. Stay in the... Oh, no. That's going to be a 13 and a 14.
What does that mean?
To hit?
Did you get hit?
Armor.
Oh, armor class is 14.
Okay, so 1 will hit.
Okay, I was hoping it would be something else, so I would not get hit, but that's okay.
That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage and 2 points of fire damage. She's
I
going to
shouldn't
attack.
have come back.
She's going to
Should've
attack you
stayed where
again
I
at
was.
disadvantage. That will miss, and that will miss. That was really shitty rolling. Let's see. This guy will move into base with Eritrea. Take his spear, 2 spear attacks on you, Eritrea. Oh my god. Okay, these 2 are going away. I'm picking up 2 notes.
Okay.
This is
That was a-
annoying.
A bad
I'm
one.
rolling so crappy. Okay, let's try that again. So 1 AP to move. Both of his spear strikes miss. He'll spend another AP at disadvantage with his spear. I roll a natural 20 and a 3. So that misses.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That hit.
Okay, that is going to be 7 points of piercing and 3 points of cold damage.
Hey, Eritrea made it through a round without being down.
That's fantastic. Well, we still got
I had to get
one more guy.
This guy stares over at Melody as he pulls out his huge sword off his back. We'll get a lot of money for those horns. And comes charging into base with you. We'll take his 2 attacks. Well, you guys are in for a lucky night. That was a 4 and a 2.
Yeah.
Spend his final AP at disadvantage. That is going to be a 11. That will miss. That is going to be a 10. That will miss as well. Holy crap.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, bad guys, that I'm rolling so poorly. Back over. You like how I have one board set up for you guys and then like one set up for
It's
the temple?
awesome.
Jabatros, you are up with Melody on deck.
You're muted.
You're muted again.
All right. This is the downside of being so many kind of like dingy colors because I can't see myself at all here. But yeah, I know I'm right there, and I got my little guy that was hitting me ahead of me. All right, so I'm rather mad at this gentleman in front of me, so I'm going to hit him with my Burning Maul.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let me do that. And I just mentioned in the chat, I did not notice this, but apparently when I leveled up, I actually get 2 attacks per action now. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the last combat you were in, we were talking about that.
God, this is out of bounds, but it was a nat 20, so it bounced out of my little dice tray, but it did bounce onto a d20. So I'll take
I
it.
hate all of you. All of you.
Oh,
Only because I'm losing.
yeah, that
Kill
makes
him,
sense.
Albatross.
That's 12. No, I'm sorry. That is 18 base damage, and then I roll it. Is that right?
Yeah, you add up all of your damage die, which is 12 or 18.
It's 18. It's 2d6 regular plus 1d6 fire.
Yep, and then you roll them again.
Ha! Okay, so that was 18, 27 plus, 29 damage on that. And do it again. How do we do multiple strikes per action there? Like, I'm just going to hit him again, but just...
Yeah, an
I
AP,
do have those 2
you
attacks?
get 2 attacks.
I'm sorry? Oh, okay. So,
Every AP, you get 2 attacks.
all right, so I'm just going to try again with that. So he got 29 total on that, and if it matters for...
Yes, he is going to burn his uncanny dodge and have that to 15, or it's rounded down, so he'll have that to 14.
Mhm.
So go ahead and take your second attack.
that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will still hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That is what? Oh, where'd my red dice go? Yeah, that one sucks. That is a total of 6 with 1 fire damage. If it makes any
Okay.
difference to him.
6. It's 1 fire damage.
So
You still have
I'm
2
gonna
AP
just
left. Or no, you still have 3 AP left.
that's 3, yeah. So I'm just curious if this guy is more vulnerable to thunder damage. So I'll take out my second maul, the one that I just got, and I'm just going to cast thunder at him. I do not have that in front of me, so I need to find out what the damage on that is.
Yep, I think
It's
that
lightning, isn't it? It's not thunder.
Yeah,
It's
you're
lightning.
lightning. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah,
you
it's
got
the
a
lightning
straight
power.
line. So you got a straight line. You can hit what's his face too.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. So
And he's
I
got
did not.
disadvantage. And he has disadvantage on Dex because he's
it is lightning bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a it's the standard level 3 spell. But it only costs you 1 AP because it's invoked through your weapon. Does not cost you 2.
Straight line.
8d6 lightning damage on a failed dex save.
right.
Does Professor Jalbatros cast spells at all?
Yeah, I'm a paladin. I have.
Oh, that's right.
I
What's
have
your spell? What's your base spell DC?
base spell DC is 15.
Okay, so he has got disadvantage on dex saves.
Trafar does.
But I am definitely going
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jafar does, but this guy got a 8 plus 5 is still only a 13. So
it's 8
yeah,
d6.
yeah. And then you got to line up on Trafar, so he has disadvantage. He will
I'm
fail
just-
as well. So go ahead and roll 8d6. Too bad you didn't get your nat 20 on that one.
Oh, that would have been
That
awesome.
That would have been a lot of damage.
All right, I just went ahead and rolled digital dice because I don't want to deal with that. But that is
Yeah, fair
37 lightning damage for both of them.
Woo! The rogue is going to burn another reaction and drop that down to 18. Trafar is going to have to burn a reaction and drop that down to 18, as they both use Uncanny Dodge to have the damage. You still have 2 AP left. I mean, yeah, you still have 2 AP left.
Okay. I'm just seeing if there's anything I want to use on there. So this guy's starting to piss me off in front of me. So, can I grapple our thief guy?
Yeah, do athletics or acrobatics at disadvantage since you're continuing to attack him.
Okay. So those are both. It doesn't matter on that. They're the same score for me. So. Oh, you said at disadvantage, which cool.
Correct.
So the first one's a 19. Oh, it's the first one was a rolled 19. The second one's a rolled 17. So that's a 24.
24. I rolled a 13 plus 7 is a dirty 20. You currently have him grappled.
Nice. All right. So
and you have 1
I'm going
AP
to-
remaining.
all right. So I'm assuming that this might be a contested strength check, but I just want to like charge at what's his face over there, the main guy, with like holding his minion. So I'm just gonna.
What's your normal movement?
Let me double check. It's 25 walking, 50 flying.
So because you've grappled someone whose movement is 0, but you're not encumbered, but it's treated as difficult, you can fly 25 feet towards Trafar.
How far away am I? Because it's hard to judge distances.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 feet away.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Instead of that, let me fly as far as I can straight up.
Love it. 25 feet, straight up, holding on to his minion.
Awesome.
Just throw him. Just throw the minion.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
All right, that'll finish Professor Jalbatross's turn. Melody, you are up with Karina on deck.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because it was an AP for you to move and fly with them upwards.
You're right. That's my bad.
No worries.
I will go ahead and take a crack at this guy right in front of me with my longsword.
Okay.
Two.
So Trafar only has 3 AP, and the rogue has 2 AP because of the reactions.
Okay, so. Oop, that one's out. But that other one's a nat 20. And so it's a nat 20 for a 26, and then it was a 18.
Both will hit, including obviously the crit.
Nice.
Go ahead and max your dice, and then roll them again for the crit.
Okay, so this is for my like flaming longsword. So
Oh my
it's
God. I'm looking
Drop
at
a
Melody's
spoon on that
character.
crit, man.
Why? She's like in full party garb. I love it.
you got
Oh
it.
my God.
She has the classic fantasy barbarian,
Right?
attire, but it's colorful.
Oh, I love
Okay.
it.
And since I'm critting, let me do a level 2 divine smite.
Oh, heck yeah.
So it's 1d8 plus 4 plus 4. So if I'm maxing, that's 16 plus another 3d8 would be 16 plus 24 is 50. So that's the max. And then do I do it again but
40.
rolled?
And then you re-roll it. This is what we call
Yeah.
paladin damage, baby.
But
I should
16
have done
plus
that.
24
I
is
kind of
40.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And now
So
I'm
just your base alone is 54 or 50?
50.
50. And then all those dice,
And then
you
all those
re-roll.
dice I gotta roll. Okay, so now that's an 8.
But 16 plus 24 is 40, not 50.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, 20. Yeah, so 40, not 50.
Gotcha.
Right.
I missed that part.
All right.
Good math. Good math. in
Okay.
there,
So then.
Or-
He's excited.
Way
now.
to ruin her KPIs.
Yeah, what the heck? 8 plus another.
Hey, I'm the quality manager. I have to.
I got no choice. I gotta be the bad guy.
Plus a 5, plus a 6, plus a 6. Wow, I rolled pretty good. Okay.
You guys are rolling really good tonight.
So 8,
At least
so
on
that's
round 1.
12, 16. Plus 5 is 21, plus 6 is 27, plus another 6 is 33. So 40 plus 33 is 73.
There's that paladin damage. 73 points of damage. Your blade just gives off that singing sound as it kind of comes across. You still have to roll damage for your other hit, correct?
Yeah, well, is this guy still up after 73 points damage?
Oh, yeah, he's still up after 73. He looks rough, but
Okay.
he's still up. I mean, he's wearing full plate mail.
All right. Okay. That's not good that 73 points did not take this guy down. Okay, so the other one I did hit, but I'm just rolling regular.
Correct.
So that's a 7.
Keep in mind, you could pour more smite into it if you want.
Yeah. So, well,
I
let's see
mean,
what
this
comes
is when you
out.
need to be a paladin, when you've got the advantage. I'm just saying.
It is true. It is true. 7 plus 4 plus if I roll a d4 is 3. So that would be. All right. We'll throw a first level divine smite on this one. So right now I'm at 14, and I'll do another 2d8.
Okay.
So no pressure on Karina or Eritreo, but Foreign, Jalbatros, and Melody have set a very high bar now in these first 3 attacks.
14.
It's
All right.
okay.
So that's another
allowing
20 points of damage to that guy.
Fail with dignity.
Hold on a second. How much damage did you roll for the smite?
I rolled 9 points of damage for the smite. It was 2d8.
So that's 23 and 33 is 56 plus 40 is 96. This guy has 10 hit points left.
All right. Well, that was my first action point. So now
I was gonna say that was one. You still got like 3 AP.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now if you expend 2 AP, you get to take 2 more regular attacks.
If I wanted to hit the person in front of Karina, I could just roll straight, right?
Correct. You
Okay.
would have to shift, so it would cost you a movement to get in the base. Right now, this guy's in base with you, and Karina's in base with this one, and Eritrio's in base with this one.
Okay.
It would cost you an AP to move 5 feet.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do that then. So let me roll with advantage on the guy that I'm currently attacking.
Well, 2 AP makes it a regular roll.
I'll roll straight. Yes.
Yeah.
excuse me. Okay. So I'm just gonna roll 2d20 for my 2 attacks. Oh, that was not good that time. So that was a 14 and a 13. Do either of those hit?
Both will miss, unfortunately, as your
Yeah.
blade sparks off his plate mail.
Okay. I have 1 AP left. So why don't I Sacred Flame the guy in front of Eritreo?
Go for it.
Or should I just Sacred Flame the guy right in front of me?
Yeah, get rid of them.
It is a ranged attack, so is it with disadvantage?
It's a disadvantage if you do the guy in base with you, but you do not suffer disadvantage on the one in front of Karina or Eritreo.
But what
Well,
is it?
Sacred Flames. No, Sacred
Because
Flame is
it's
a.
a-
Oh no, that's a deck
Save.
save. Sorry, I was thinking
Okay.
of the other one. Yep, you're right.
The guy in front of you probably wearing full plate mail probably has a disadvantage
So
on
hopefully he's not that Dexy. So why don't I have him make a dex save for a Sacred Flame?
Okay. That is a natural 20 minus 1 for a 19.
All right. He only had to get a 15.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that's my turn then.
I'll finish your turn. Karina, you are up with Eritrea on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna start by casting Ride the Rift.
Ooh, what does that do?
When you cast this spell, you gain 1 level of contamination. A stroke of Eldritch Lightning forms,
That's right.
forming a line of 60 feet long in 5. You know what? Maybe I'm too close to my friends to be doing that. I'm gonna wait. I'll show some restraint.
I mean, technically, you could pivot like this and be in base with this guy like that, and then cast it in a straight line. Neither one of them would be in range.
I like that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, line 6 feet long and 5 feet wide blasts from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must succeed 1 dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 10d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one, and then you teleport to an unoccupied space that you can see within the line's area.
All right. The guy in base with you, because he can see it coming, he has advantage on his dex save. He still fails. The other guy rolls an 11 minus 1 is a 10, so they both will fail. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm
Nice.
so excited. That's 38.
38 points. As like the guy staring at you, Melody, is like holding on to the wound that you just gave him. He just like, I'm gonna, and then his whole body lights up with like black lightning that just kind of rattles him inside of his plate mail. His eyes pop and begin to ooze smoke, and he drops dead onto the ground.
Oh my god.
Yes.
He only had 10 hit points left, and it wasn't his turn yet. So I was like, "Oh shit!" This guy is going to use uncanny dodge, so he now only has 3 AP to have it to 18. That was a spell, so you still have 2 AP left, Karina.
Perfect. And I believe I also appear in an unoccupied place within the line's range.
Yeah, where would you like to be?
On top of the staircase. Would that be how far would that be from everybody else?
That would be 15 feet from Melody and 30 feet from Eritrea.
Can I be halfway on the stairs, enough so that I'm like 15 feet?
From Eritrea?
I guess, how far am I from the guy, from bad guy number 1?
This one right here that you were in base with?
Yeah.
Well, if you end up here, that puts you 20 feet away.
I kind of need to be 15 feet away. Can I be like...
right there? Yep.
Perfect. And I'm gonna do Murder of Ravens on him.
What does that do?
It's a new ability that I just gained that I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Which is you link to the starting at the 6th level, you link to the queen. Your link to the queen grows stronger. She now gives you the ability to bring forth her messengers to your aid. You can now manifest ravens from the Shadowfell. They deal 2d6 plus charisma that targets 1 target. And it can be done 2 times per short rest.
Is there any kind of save, or is this just one of your automatic abilities that you have?
It doesn't say anything about, let's see, to hit plus 4 damage.
It's a ranged attack then.
Yeah. So I guess it's a ranged attack. Make sure charisma. Sorry. Yes, so charisma would be to the damage.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and roll to attack. I believe it's a D20 plus your spell attack modifier.
Okay. If it's plus my spell attack modifier, it says plus 4, but my charisma is plus 7, but I don't think that matters.
What'd
So
you
it's
get?
a 7.
7. Yeah. Unfortunately, as you point towards the guy down there with the flaming sword, the crows kind of appear just off to the side, swarm, and then dissipate back into the shadows.
Okay, I curse out evil, and then I'm going to just
You have 1 AP left.
1 AP left.
Because that was a class feature, so it does not cost you a spell for 2 AP. It only costs you 1 AP.
So I am going to do Eldritch Blast on him, which is a little bit more reliable.
Go for it. Okay, I think that's 2 attacks for you, right?
Is it? I'm sorry. What?
How many attacks do you get per action with Eldritch Blast now? 2.
It says count 2.
Yeah, so you get 2 attacks.
Oh hell yeah! So,
I don't know if you've been doing that right since you leveled, so I just want to make sure that you understand as the way your character is. Whenever you do Eldritch Blast, which is a special ability of your character, it's 1 AP for 2 attacks.
Oh. Okay, I'll remember that for the next times.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a cantrip, and you can hit more than one target. They don't have to target the same thing.
Correct.
Oh hell yeah!
Because you're at range, so yeah.
First one to hit is 24.
24 will definitely hit with an extra D4 of damage.
Yes. And that's a 4 plus 4, so that's an 8.
8 points of damage. Now for your second Eldritch Blast.
And I don't do it with disadvantage if I do it at the same guy, right? Or
No, that's only if you spend another AP to attack him. You get 2 attacks per AP.
Perfect. So I'll still go on him, and that's going to be 26.
That'll definitely hit with another extra D4 of damage.
And that's going to be 6.
6 as well. All right, that'll finish Karina's turn. Eritrea, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the second round with
Alright.
Thorn on deck.
These guys seem pretty tough. So I'm gonna try to use inflict wounds at a 3rd level.
Nice.
That is a con save, 14.
That is going to be a 17 plus 3 is a dirty 20.
Son of a gun.
It takes half damage, though, right?
He still takes half damage,
It
though.
takes half damage, so that's 4d10 in half.
Ooh, 4d10. Man, you get a crit with that? I guess you can't because it's a save. Thank God. I've been toying with the idea that if you roll a natural 1 or a natural 20 on your save, it's either a crit fail or crit success.
I like that.
I like it because it allows us to introduce more damage, like more crit damage maximizers for, extreme rolls. So I'm thinking about it.
That's 28 divided by 2, so
14
Nice.
points of damage.
Let's do it again.
Go for it.
So con save
Oh, yeah.
14 again.
Say 14. That is a 3 plus 3
Yes.
is a 6, as that one will fail.
Oh, nice. Well, one of them was nice. Yeah, I got a 10, a 2, and 2 ones.
Oh,
So
Oh, 14.
I saw the first one, I was like, sick! And then, no. 14. That's 14.
And that was back-to-back spells for you, correct?
Yes, so that's my turn.
That'll finish your turn. Top of the second round. Forn, you are up with the bad guys on deck.
Yep. Maybe.
Oh, shit. Sorry. And to the other board.
Yep.
Thank you for your patience.
I'm going to start off with a Misty Step up to the top of the building there.
Which one?
Just the one I'm on, or the one I'm beside right there.
Which allows you to avoid a reaction for your movement.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
And it's funny because now that as you misty step up onto the roof, you can see Professor Jabotras with his huge, Joe Weider biceps. They're all swole as he's got this guy in a chokehold and hauling his ass like 50 feet or 25 feet up into the air.
if I use it with movement, is it still the 2 AP or is it 1 AP?
We decide that Misty Step is an AP.
Okay, because I mean it's a bonus action spell, but that's why I was asking.
But because it's not 2 AP as a spell, it's only 1 AP to use Misty Step.
Okay, all right. Then I will from
Because
here.
it's tied directly to your subclass.
Yep, I will take a shot down with advantage. I think because I'm
Because you have height, so yeah, you have advantage on the shot.
Take my shot down at Trafar again. Oh, it was so close to doubles again. It was a 15 and a 12. So close. It's 24 to hit on that one.
24 will hit.
Yep. And the second one is 12.
12 will miss.
Yeah. Okay. So 24 hits. That's my D12. Not a D12. D12 plus 4 because it's the first on the thing. Plus 6 for Hex. Hang on. Let me make sure Hex is in every round. Sorry. Before I... whenever I hit with an attack. Okay, cool. So that's 13 plus 4, 17 for that shot.
Okay, so as you hit him with that shot, you watch as the mage's invisibility drops. He points his staff at you, and an arc of lightning comes arcing towards you as he had held his action, waiting to see who you were going to shoot at. Go ahead and give me a dex save, if you would, please.
Okay. Double check this. Dex. Okay. That's 26.
26 will save, so you will only take half damage. Half of 32 points of lightning damage, which is 16.
Uh-huh. Ow. So that's 2 AP. And now...
Yeah, you have 2 AP left.
Yep. I'm going to use... Yeah, I'm going to use Zephyr Strike. I forgot to add my D8 to that attack. Oh, well. I'll use Zephyr Strike one last time. And move. And it doubles... Make sure that I read that right. It doubles my movement speed. Gives me 30 extra feet of movement.
Correct. It should.
Yeah, 30 feet. Okay. So I'm going to... Are those buildings connected, or I have to hop from one to another? Oh,
they're all alleyways and side streets.
Okay. Well,
all I need is an acrobatics or athletics check to leap over to a roof you're trying to get to.
it was just going to be to the roof there behind, but I'm just going to I'm going to keep it on that roof. I'm going to cancel that Zephyr Strike. I was thinking it was connected across there. Sorry. So that's 2 AP left. 2 AP left. I'm going to use... Yeah, I'm going to use Ambush Prey. It's a spell, so it's going to be my last 2 AP.
Okay.
Channel primal predatory energies to perfectly conceal your presence in order to surprise your target. You become invisible for the spell's duration, granting advantage on all dex checks to remain hidden. The invisibility will last for the duration of the spell. However, moving 5 feet or more from your position when you cast it will end the effect.
So you're currently invisible.
I'm just going to go invisible right there. Yep, and that's my last 2 AP.
Okay.
It'll give me a bonus on my next attack when I attack, but for now I'm just invisible. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, that'll finish your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All
Do
right.
I need to roll stealth or?
Yeah, you can give me a stealth check. That would be at advantage because you are invisible.
Yeah, it's also advantage because I have shoes on. Fancy
That
shoes.
too. Yeah, your fancy shoes.
Oh gosh, not great. All right, that's cool. Stealth is +7, so that's a 13.
13.
5
All
of us.
right. This guy, he is going to turn into his bear form and leap up, climb up to the top of the roof. That's 2 AP. He's got 2 AP left. Let me hide him for now. He is going to attack it where he thought you last were, so it's going to be a disadvantage. Because passive perception tells him you're there, but your invisibility gives him a disadvantage on his attacks.
Mhm.
So first, the paw. That's definitely going to miss. The bite. The bite is 2 natural 13s.
Oh, dang. That hurts.
That is going to be a crit, so that's
Yep.
automatically 8 plus. Ooh, I maxed out. 8 plus 8 is 16.
Ouch.
Plus 4 or plus 3, so that's 19 points of piercing damage. And he's going to do it again at double disadvantage. I rolled 2 9s and a 10. That will miss. And then the bite. The bite is a 12 plus 5 is a 17.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Okay. That is going to be 7 piercing damage
Ouch.
from the
Yep.
bite.
I'm down.
Oh, you are, but you're unconscious invisible, right?
Uh-huh.
Is it concentration?
Ambush prey is not concentration. Hex
Yes,
drop.
you're currently unconscious and invisible. Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Hex drops.
Yep, Hex will drop. This guy is going to expend an AP to try to break out of your grapple, Professor Jalbatras. That's going to be a contest of acrobatics versus your athletics, I suspect. That is a 12 plus 7 is a 19 is what you need to beat.
All right, let's see what I get. Ha! That 20. 27.
Nice. He'll spend his last AP to try again. That is an 8 plus 7 is 15. You got to beat a 15.
Give me 1 second to roll again because I've been working on a side project while waiting for my turn.
No worries.
Actually, he breaks free. That is a 13, but he's 25 feet in the air.
Yes, he will break 3 as he begins to, as he is no longer grappled. He will fall the 25 feet.
Kill Tom Petty at the floor.
He will make a dex save as he falls to the ground. Oh, no. As a reaction, he will use his last AP because as a reaction, it only costs 1 AP. He will cast Featherfall.
Wasn't that 2 AP to break the grapple, though?
No, it was...
You
Oh,
tried
yeah, you're
one.
right, because he only had 2 AP. Yeah, he hits the ground. That is... Oof, that's going to be a chunk of damage. You know what? I'm going to let Professor Jalbatras roll. Roll, that's 5 feet, or 25 feet. Roll 5d6, if you would, please, Professor Jalbatras. Look, I'm not taking the fun away from Jalbatras. You roll.
So right now, that was 15, and I only had a chance to roll 3, so... 15, math is hard. 23 damage.
Ooh, he is looking a little bit rough.
Nice.
Oh, no.
The mage, we'll see you do that. The mage is going to cast 2 spells on you. He's going to cast Magic Missile twice on you. So that is going to be 4 and 5 is 9 and 14, 17. That's going to be 21 points of force damage.
Okay.
Jafar, not sure what's happening, is going to... He is going to go over to the edge of the building, going to climb, give him a acrobatics check. That will just barely succeed. He is then going to do another acrobatics check to leap over to this roof. And he does not know where you are. So he is going to pull out his longsword and take 2 attacks at disadvantage where he thinks you might be. That's going to miss. And that's going to miss. That will finish Jrusar. That finishes everyone over here. Back over to the other battle that is transpiring.
Hey, buddy.
This guy is going to see his buddy go down in one single blow. And you watch as he pulls out a chunk of charcoal and a little bit of cotton and brings his hands together. A fireball erupts in between Melody and Karina. I need the 2 of you to make dex saves, if you would, please.
And Karina, you have an additional +4 to your save because you're within. Because you're within 10 feet of me, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Hell yeah! I'm
Luckily for you, Jrusar only had 3 AP. It was 1 AP to climb, 1 AP to move over, and then 1 AP to attack at disadvantage.
I got a 20.
What'd you get, Melody?
I got a 21.
You will save. They'll take half damage. What'd you get, Karina?
17.
That is the DC. You both will save, so it's going to be half damage.
That reaction shot.
Really came in handy. Thank you.
That reaction shot of Karina's eye roll there on the.
It was close. It was close.
I rolled pretty bad. That's going to be half of 21 points of fire damage. So that's each of you take 10 points of fire damage.
All right.
He is then going to cast. He is going to cast Karina. Give me a wisdom save as he casts. Yeah, if you'd like. You want to spend a reaction AP to counterspell?
I think so. Whatever it is.
Which
way
is
too happy about it.
3rd level, right?
Yes.
And I believe that's a con save now for counterspell, if
Yes.
I recall, right?
15.
That is a 10 plus 4 is a 14.
Ooh.
As the spell Tasha's hideous
Nice.
laughter dissolves on the lips of the bard.
Oh wait, actually that would have been hilarious.
That'll finish the bard's turn.
Is it me? Or mine?
This guy's going to move into base with Melody. And going to take 2 attacks on you, Melody.
Okay.
Comes over and goes, "Holy shit, that's a real nice top." Excellent fashion sense. Very fashion forward.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to
that's-
shop at Fabian's, would
I
you?
want to give you. Yeah.
It's going to be a 21 and a 14.
All right, the 21 will hit, but I'm gonna use my Channel Divinity feature or whatever it's called. My Paladin feature, Quell the Defiler. I can use a reaction to force him to make a Wisdom saving throw, and if he fails, his attack misses and he's charmed by me.
That is a 7 plus 3 is a dirty 10. He is currently charmed until I think the beginning of your next turn.
He's charmed until the end of my next turn or
End of
until I
next turn.
attack him.
Yeah. Okay. And because he's charmed by you, he's like,
Hey,
he kind of stops and he's like, I went to Fabian's last week and he had the best sequence pants I've ever seen. That top is excellent. It's like he's suddenly having a conversation with his best friend in the world, which will bring him to the end of his turn.
all right.
Remember, you have 3 AP for your next
Yes.
turn. Okay. This guy over here on Eritrea, he's going to look over and listen to the guy and go, he's so confused. You damn fool! Stop talking about fashion! Kill her already! He's going to spend an AP, do 2 attacks on Eritrea. That is a 12 and a dirty 20.
20 hits.
That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. It's going to expend 2 more AP and do it again. That's going to be a 22 and a 14.
22 hits.
That is going to be another 6 points of piercing damage. He is going to... Got 1 AP left. What cantrips does he have? He is going to cast the cantrip Spike. You watch as a series of small spikes sprays out of his hand towards you. Give me a dex save, if you would, please.
+4 because you're within 10 feet of me. If he is within 10 feet.
Oh, yeah. He's within 10 feet. You get +4 on that.
Oh, that's good. Well, 4 plus 3. That's 7. Dex. That's only an 8.
An 8. You'll take 9 points of piercing damage as a handful of spikes spray down into your midsection. That will finish all the bad guys' turn. Back over here, Professor Jalbatros, you are up. So from your vantage point, Professor, you could see that Jafar and the bear have swarmed up where you last saw Forn, but you no longer see him. So you're not sure of his condition. The battle mage is about 25 feet in front of you, flying equal to your level. And a very hurt and upset rogue is down on the ground below you. You are up with Melody on deck.
First thing, I'm going to heal myself for what is my lay on hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and get back to my not at my max. I'll use all of it. But so that's my first point. Second one is you said there's a battle mage. Is that the purple guy that's floating?
Yep,
there?
This guy right here.
Okay. All right. So I am going to run at him, and I should have done my divine smite at 2nd level, but yeah, I'm going to try to do that when I hit him.
Which maul are you using? The flaming maul?
Yeah, I'm using the flaming maul.
Okay, go for it.
What is that? That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh, wait a minute. Reaction. So he has only 3 AP left. He will cast Shield, and you watch as your maul ricochets off the shield as his AC is now 22.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to do it again because I get 2 attacks for action.
Yep, that's fair.
No! Okay. All right, what was that? Yeah. 17? Does a 17 hit?
No, that's going to miss as well. Once again, the maul bounces off the shield that's now active around him.
All right. Look at this. Is he within like 5 feet of like a hard surface, basically?
I mean, you guys are both flying alongside the building, and you're 25 feet up in the air.
Okay. So here's what I want to do, because this is not an attack. This is just a thing that my fire maul can do. I can cause flames to erupt in a 10-foot radius. So I basically want to do that right in front of him as he's flying along, so that he kind of catches himself on fire as he's flying.
Is there a DC save for that?
No, it's just.
Well, that's right. That's right. The area of effect of your. So it costs you an AP to invoke that. Go ahead and roll for fire damage.
Okay. It doesn't actually say anything on there, so it's just fire happens. So what am I rolling for that?
Did I not put that on the stat sheet for you? Is that not in there?
No, because my maul deals an extra 1d6 fire damage, but the thing where it can cause flames to erupt, that's just like an AoE. There is no.
Yeah, that's two. Yeah, that should be 2d6 fire damage for the area of effect of the maul.
Okay, that's 10 fire damage.
Okay. And he is currently on fire. His vestments that he is wearing is currently alit.
All right. So I'd like to try to grapple him.
So 1 AP to move, 1 AP for your maul, 1 AP for your fire effect of your maul. Your last AP is to grapple. So athletics or acrobatics, your
And
choice.
it does the same score on mine, so.
Yeah, I'm not worried about this. If you miss this up,
Yeah, it's a 25. Take your pick.
yeah, you currently have him grappled, and that will finish your turn. Melody, you are up with Karina on deck.
All right. Let me take 2 cracks at the guy right in front of me. Oh no, wait. No, I'm not going to attack him because he's charmed by me.
Yep.
Let me take 2 attacks. So I guess I'll... Do I want to move over? I guess I'll move over and attack the guy in front of Eritrea.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I rolled so bad. That is not going to hit for sure. So was it an AP to move and then it was an AP to attack?
Correct.
So I have 1 AP left.
Correct.
What should I do?
Hey, buddy.
How's Eritrea looking? Is he doing all right or is he pretty low?
I'm pretty low, but I planned on healing myself in my turns. I'm at 7 HP.
Ooh. Okay.
That's not pretty low. That's bloodied.
That's very low.
But when you make it through 2 rounds of combat, I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, let me try throwing a couple of javelins then at is the spellcaster guy within 30 feet of me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, one of those is a nat 20, the other one's a 5.
Nice.
So
The 5 will definitely miss. But yeah, the nat 20, max the die and roll them again.
all right. This is just a javelin, so it's not as good, but I will do Divine Smite.
The nat 20 javelin bounces off the crap javelin, like knocks
Yeah.
it out of the way.
Yeah.
That's how it-
You do a Robin Hood where you use the second javelin to correct the first.
Yeah. All right. So first the max damage would be it's just 9 with the javelin, but it's plus 24 for the Divine Smite, so that's 35. And then we'll roll the damage the second time. That's a 5 plus 3.
See, it's funny. Alexa's having fun with this paladin now because once you start dumping smite into your hit,
Once you start
you get
critting,
yeah, you get addicted to that. Yeah.
4 plus 1 plus 3.
Yeah, I forgot to do that on my turn. Whoops.
It's 12.
I'm feeling Road Guy might be alive because of that, so...
Okay, so that's 35
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
16 is 51 points of damage to him.
Karina, you just watch. Karina and Archer watch as the javelin goes coursing through the air, and she uses the second one to correct it, and it like kicks the back of it and brings it down, and it hits the guy right in the chest. Goes right through out the backside of his chest as he's holding onto it. He just keels over dead onto the ground.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the smite, like the light radiant smite that
Yeah. And that'll finish your turn,
That's my
Melody.
turn.
Karina, you are up. You notice that this guy is no longer charmed. He kind of shakes his head, looks around, and he's kind of like growls to himself.
I'm gonna free action saying "fuck yeah," and okay, man, those. I was really expecting those ravens to have more of a punch to them. So I think I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
Go for it. Take 2 shots.
25.
That will hit with an extra D4 of damage.
And so that's 7.
Okay.
And then again, that's 18.
18 will just hit. That is their armor class.
And that's also 7. Yeah, just 7.
Yep. So I have 3 AP left. See, this is when I love Eldritch Blast in our 4 AP system that we use, because if you want, you can just stand there and you can now switch between him and the one in Eritrea and not take any disadvantages.
Actually, I was thinking maybe like she shoots him with the Eldritch Blast with one hand and shoots him with a gun with the other hand. But I think what you said is probably makes more sense. So
As you switch to the Tiefling in base with Eritrea, take your 2 shots.
okay, first one is 14.
That one will miss.
Second one is 8.
That one will miss as well. 2 Eldritch Blasts going wide. Got 2 AP left.
I think I'm gonna cast False Life on myself.
Okay. That's a spell, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What does that do?
Or it's not a spell. It's a Eldritch Invocation. It's an invocation.
Because it's specific to your subclass, it's only 1 AP for you to use. You gain 2d4 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Perfect. So I get 8 hit points. And I think that I'm just gonna kind of skedaddle away from being in range with him. So
Okay.
I'm just kind of heroically run to the other side of the staircase.
Bravely ran away.
And that will actually give you,
Now.
that'll give you full cover from ranged.
It has the
that was
vibe
just
of
Korea's-
like chasing each other around the table, like just running up the stairs.
All right, Eritrea, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the 3rd round with Thorn making death saves.
All right. Cure Wounds, 2nd level on myself. So that's 48, 7, 5, 11, 18, 20, 27 points I'm getting back.
Nice.
So that's... All right. I'm in good shape now. And
2 AP left.
inflict on the guy in front of me, inflict wounds at a 2nd level, con save 14.
That is a 10 plus 3 is 13. That is going to fail.
3d10 damage. So that's 14, 16 points of damage.
16
Nice.
points of damage. He's starting to look rough.
Nice. All right, that's my turn.
Just out of curiosity, Eritrea,
Mm-hmm.
have you been remembering to roll for your hit points when you level up?
Yes.
I'm looking. Oh, it's because you don't have great con.
Yeah. And I've tried to, every time I've gotten ability score improvements,
Yeah.
I tried to put them towards con, but I started like in a negative con.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know if you
right,
remember,
right.
like the first session, I had 6 HP.
That's right. All right, I was just double
You guys
checking.
are like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, I was just double checking just in case.
Yeah.
Because I know that's one that slips by us from time. Remember when Puck was like level 9 with like 40 hit points? And I was like, wait a minute, something's not right.
Yep.
All right, top of the 3rd round. Forn, go ahead and give me a death save if you would, please.
That's a fail.
That
Ooh.
is one failure.
It was 1 from a crit fail, so
Oh.
You rolled a 2?
I
You
rolled a 2.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Does this
That was-
the invisibility thing like for sure stays up even when you're unconscious?
Yeah, because it's a
not a-
duration invisibility, which is up to a minute. It's
Oh,
kind of like
man.
it's
It's
kind
up
of
to
like
an
if someone
hour.
if someone casts fly or uses the invocation fly, that's usually a duration fly spell. So I've had characters like die and their body's still like buzzing around
Oh,
in
that's
the
what,
air.
how
No.
many
Oh my
times did it happen to Earth?
gosh.
Earthen had
That
the
did
ring.
it. I do remember that happening.
And I would keep going down, but I'd be in the air down. So.
Right? He is going to give up looking for you and pivot and
Bear
take.
guys first, right? Or usually.
Well, I mean, bad guys are before Jabultros.
Yeah.
So Trafar is going to pivot. He's going to take 2 shots at Professor Jabultros. He does not have advantage because he's equal height. That is going to be a 19 and an 18.
Muted.
Forgive me, I can never remember this. Is meets it is
Meets it beat.
It's it. Okay, if so, that's 1 hit.
Okay, 1 hit. That is going to be terrible.
I
You
like
know what?
that. Terrible's fine. Terrible's good.
No, he's gonna expend a psionic dice and re-roll. He re-rolls another 1. That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. He's going to spend 2 AP to do it again. That's going to be a 22 and a 17.
Okay, the 22 hits.
Okay. This time he's going to expend 3 psionic dice on top of the D8. That is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. Leaves him with 1 AP. He's not sure what happened to Forn, so he is going to he's going to do an athletics acrobatics, which he just rolled a natural 1. So he attempts to leap over here, loses his footing, and poof, drops down to the ground, prone. And he will take 19 points of falling damage. This guy is going to revert back to his form and leap down. So get rid of the bear, and he's going to have to make a athletics acrobatics check. That will succeed. He will then come over to Trafar and give him pour a potion of healing into his mouth. This guy is really pissed. He is going to activate his boots of spider climb. And he is going to climb up the side of the building. Move across the face of the building. And he is going... He's got 2 AP left. He is going to throw 2 daggers at you, Professor Jabultros. And he can't roll worth shit. That's going to be 11 and 7. That will miss.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to leap over and grapple you. Acrobatics versus your athletics. That is a 19 plus 7 is a 26.
All right. All right, he's beating me. That is a 21 for me.
Nice. He leaps
Does that mean I
over.
drop his guy?
No, because you're grappling the mage and he's grappling your neck. So like he leaps over onto your back and he's got you like he's trying to grapple your arms and grapple your neck at the same time. You're still because you can fly, so you're not really inhibited. So you're grappling the battle mage. All 3 of you are kind of contested like this up in the middle of the air. Mm-hmm. That will finish the rogue. That will finish the bad guys over here. Back to the temple. This guy is going to cast Embolden Will. That will increase his armor class. He's going to pivot onto Melody. Make his 2 attacks with his flame sword. That's a natural 20 and a 2.
Well, the natural 20 will hit.
So that is going to be a D8 for the sword, D8 6 for the flame. So that's 14 points of damage outright.
All right.
And re-roll. That's 7 plus 3, 10. So that's 24 points of damage total.
All right.
That will finish his turn. The one in base with Eritrea will take out a potion and drink it for 1 AP. And then take 2 attacks on Eritrea. That's another natural 20 and a 6. So the 6 will miss, but the natural 20 will hit.
Yeah.
So that's automatically 6. It's automatically 6 for the spear and 6 points of cold damage. So that's 12 points. Rerolled. That's a 1 and a 3. That's 16 points of damage to you, Eritrea.
All right.
So I'm going to shift over to Melody, take his 2 attacks. That is going to be a 17 and a 16.
Those will both miss.
Okay. He'll switch for his last AP. No, he did 1 AP on Eritrea, 1 on Melody. He'll do his 3rd AP on Eritrea, and he took a potion. So this will be his last AP. That is going to be a 7 plus 5 is 12, and a 6 plus 5 is 11. Both those will miss. These 2 are persona non grata. Professor Jalbatros, you are up with Melody on deck.
Okay, so I'm going to contest guy on my back's grapple.
The only way to contest that is you have to release the battle mage.
All right. I'm trying to think if there's a way of doing what I'm in narrative. If there's a way of doing this, because
keep in mind the battle mage is flying, so the battle mage is under the fly effect.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can I try to throw the battle mage into the building, or is that gonna?
Your movement's 0, so yeah, you can absolutely try to throw the battle mage into the building. Give me athletics or acrobatics as you do that.
I'll take it. That's a 26.
6, nice. You fling him against the building. He'll take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from being flung against the building. He's still flying, but he's now up against the building.
All right. So I want to contest the grapple of the guy behind me.
Yep,
Or,
go
you know,
for it.
on the
Acrobatics or athletics. I don't even roll. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's a crit fail.
He's a halfling. He's a halfling. He's a halfling. Oh, wait. No, he's not the... Yeah, he is. That's the rogue. He is a halfling. So he gets to re-roll that. That's so much better. That's a 4.
That's great, because I got a 19.
Yeah, he got 11, 19. So you break out of his grapple, so you're no longer grappled. You have 2 AP left.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Since you break out of his grapple and he was holding on to you, he is now falling.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, depending on how I do this, can I use him as an improvised weapon and hit the mage with him?
I mean, you could try that, but you'd have to grapple him again.
Oh, I didn't know if I could, because I'm...
Because you broke out of his grapple, and now he's falling. If you want to prevent him from falling, you can try to grapple him again.
No, he can fall. He can fall to his maybe death. That's fine.
Yeah, give me a 5d6 for falling damage.
All right, where are my d6s? All right, that is 8 plus. Okay, that is not that great. It's only 12 damage.
12 points of damage. He's still looking pretty rough. I mean, he hasn't had a chance to heal himself at all. So out of all of them, he's looking the roughest. You still have 2 AP left.
All right, sorry, I'm discussing a thing, but
You're trying to help out Ford.
yeah.
Don't you have to see for healing word?
I'm not planning on using that, but that was a... All right.
You have 2 AP left.
I know, I'm trying to decide what I want to do, because the Battle Mage here is kind of a big threat, but I may only have 1 AP to do something. But I am going to try to, well, although Melody just made a great point, I'm going to try to hit him very hard with my Scorch Scale Maul again, so I can maybe hit him twice. And I will, if I hit him, I am going to use Divine Smite second level.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, okay, so that is a 24 to hit.
That'll definitely hit with an extra D4 of damage. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, and what was that? I think it's 2d6 plus 4, and then that's my d4. Ooh, not bad. 10, 14. That is 18 damage, and what is that? 4 of it is fire. Is he still on fire? Because
yeah, he's still on fire. He didn't take an action to put it out.
Okay, so
you can go ahead and give me an extra D6 of fire damage because he's still on fire.
All right, that's another 6 fire damage.
Nice. And you said you did Divine Smite?
Yeah, so that's 3, I think 3 Radiant D8. But let me double check that. Where are spells? Spells. I'm still not used to being a paladin.
Melody's fallen into the procedure quite well.
Damage.
3d8.
Yeah, 3d8 for Divine Smite.
3d8. All right, that is. Actually, I can roll pretty good on that. 60, that is 24 radiant damage.
Nice.
I got 2 8s and a 6.
She is looking rough. She's looking pretty rough.
Okay. Oh, I still get my other hit on him then because my 2 attacks. So second hit on the with the maul.
Yep.
So might as well. And does that? Do I still get the Divine Smite, or is that for the 1 action?
If you have spell slots, you can expend more Divine Smite. So every time you hit, as long as you have the spell slots, you can keep pouring that Divine Smite in.
Okay, that's a 23 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. In fact, she is not going to use shield because that only gives her a 22. So yeah, that's going to hit.
All right, so what we got there? That is, I can't math. I think it's 14. Is that what I've got there? I got too many. I got you said this many things. All right, so yeah, that is 18 total damage, 4 more fire, and still on fire.
Does he get the extra D5 because it's a hit by more than 5?
Oh yeah, you get a D4. Yeah, you get that D4 extra damage.
That is a 4.
Exceeded her armor class.
So
did you say
I think I would make it 20.
I did. I don't know.
Throw a little star up in the air, whichever point stays up.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a total of 22 damage. And so, Thorn, like I said, get back to me on that, but I'm going to use my Feather of Healing on Thorn. It does not say anything about needing to be able to see him, so he just gets 1d8 of healing, and I'll roll that real quick. But you get 2 hit points, man. Make them count.
What's the range on the feather though? Because it's healing word that's imbued into your feather, right?
I don't remember what it was, but
healing word is 60 feet though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I think he's in range. Let me double check.
And it's like he wakes up still invisible, so you don't even know if it works.
Yeah, I would say that's right. That's actually probably like 50 feet. So yeah, you have 2 hit points and you are conscious.
Woo. All right, so that's my turn, but I got to. Thanks, Kitty. Thanks, Kitty. That was
I
awesome.
swear, like clockwork, every session.
And
okay, I'm genuinely shocked that didn't knock me offline because he just pushed a shit ton of stuff down the back of my computer. So the fact that it didn't knock the power cable out of my PC is just staggering.
All right, that'll finish Traveltrost's turn. Melody, you are up.
All right.
With Karina on deck.
Okay, so first things first, I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh,
So-
yikes!
I'm gonna give myself a lay on hands for 25 hit points.
Nice.
That'll get me back up to 26.
I love these level 6 battles, man. They feel edgy.
Yeah,
They feel edgy.
a little too edgy sometimes. So that's 1 AP, and then I'll attack the guy behind me.
Okay.
I will try attacking him twice. I'm not gonna roll it. That.
God, your mini just cracks me up. Just cracks me.
All right. 15 plus 6 would be a 21. Will that hit?
Now that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. I'll put a Divine Smite in that at first level. I'm out of second levels. So, and that was with my longsword. So it's gotta roll a d8. Okay. That's a 2. Brittle. All right. That's 6. Plus I have a
Okay.
d4 fire damage. 7. Plus my 2 d8s. 7. That's 13. Plus 7 is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. He's looking rough.
Right, and then I'll swing around and take 2 attacks on the person attacking Eritreo.
Go for it.
Well, one's not going to hit. The other one is an 18.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. All right, and might as well smite this guy. Okay, so that's going to be d8. It's a 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus a d4 is 10. Plus 2d8. That's an 8. So that's
Nice.
18. Plus another 8. Oh my god.
Nice.
It's 26.
Nice. He is looking very rough.
Okay. Then I'm gonna swing back around and hit the original guy twice.
Okay. With your final 2 AP.
Yeah. Okay.
Or with your final AP, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. One of those is a 13. The other one is a 23.
23 will hit with an extra d4 of damage.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm not gonna smite him because I want to save a spell slot in case I need a healing word. So I'm just gonna do this regular. That is a 6 plus 4 is 10 plus another d4. Oh, that's a 4. So that's 14 points of damage.
Nice. He's starting to look pretty rough. That'll finish your
plus
turn.
D4, sorry, because of the. 'cause it was
Gotcha.
all right,
Yep.
plus 1 more point of damage.
One more point.
All right. that's my-
Karina, you are up with Eritreo on deck. You're mute.
Karina kind of pokes her head from the side of the stairs,
Yeah.
from the not going up, but just like looking like walking a little bit aside.
Okay.
Just
That
kind
would be your viewpoint from the stairs.
of. Ooh. I guess I better go up the stairs then.
1 AP to move up to the top of the stairs.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Which one? The Dragonborn or the Tiefling?
First the Dragonborn, then the Tiefling.
Okay, go for it.
That is 24.
24 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 8.
Does she get another D4? Does that hit by more than 5?
Yeah, you get a D4 on that one as well.
Oh, awesome. So it's going to be an 8 plus 1, which is
Okay.
9.
9 points of force damage. Take your second Eldritch Strike.
That's a 19.
19 will hit for regular damage.
And that's a 6.
Nice.
Nice.
You still have 2 AP left.
I'm going to attack the Tiefling.
Okay.
That is in 18.
18 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's a 5.
5. Still have your second attack. Because you use 2 Eldritch Blasts, right?
Yes. That's a 20.
20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a 1.
A 1.
Oh,
You still have 1 AP left.
1 AP left.
Keep in mind, you do not need to burn it on a move because you still have the remaining movement to use if you want to, go back down behind the stairs.
I'm just gonna try. Let me see my range on that real quick.
And don't forget, all cantrips are bonus actions.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so I am going to bonus action Minor Illusion.
Okay?
I'm within 30 feet of them, correct?
You are... Yes, you are.
So the Dragonborn, I'm just gonna do something to disorient him, kind of. Just like a frog bikini lady appears, and
All right,
just,
I like it.
very worried, like she has something important to tell him, but
Very
like he can't
like a very sexy ribbit, arrives and just kind of saunters over. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I just assumed it was
I like
the
your
guy
top.
that. I just assumed it was the bullywog landlord.
Yeah.
It's him in a bikini.
Do you want to move back behind the stairs?
Yes, and then I go back to hiding.
Put you down there. That will finish your turn. Eritrea, you are up. That will be at the top of the, I think the 4th round. Yeah, we'll be at the top of the 4th round. For some reason, the bullywog landlord is standing there in a bikini, making very lurid suggestions and overtures towards the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn seems properly distracted.
Let's do inflict wounds at a 1st level con save 14.
Okay, on the Tiefling?
On the tiefling, yes.
Okay. That is going to be a 6 plus 3 is a 9. That's going to fail.
nice.
And that is 12 points of damage.
Okay. He's still on his feet, but he's looking very rough.
I'm taking a little bit of risk, but inflict wounds again. 2nd level, or 1st level, 1st level.
That is a 13 plus 3 is a 16.
That saves, but
So half damage.
6 points of damage.
Okay. He's looking rough. He's just like blood coming out of the corner of his mouth, and he's looking rough.
All right, that's my turn.
Finish your turn. Top of the 4th round. Forn, you are invisible. You are prone on the ground, and you've come back from unconsciousness. Let me take you back over to that fight. Back over to the Aerie Spire. You are currently here, and without even moving, because you're prone looking at the roof line and looking down, you can barely make out the near dead form of the rogue down here who's prone from falling. Perhaps you weren't conscious for that, technically. The druid is down aiding Trafar, who had fallen after leaping across the way there, and a very rough-looking battle mage who's duking it out with Professor Jalbatros. You're on mute.
Oh, I am muted. Sorry. Can I stay prone as prep for a better shot? Like laying against the roof to take my shot at the mage?
Sure. Since you're equal height, and because you're in the prone condition, sure, I'll give you advantage on that shot.
Well, I get advantage because I'm invisible.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah. So, but it was more just, I'm trying to low profile there, and I'm pissed because that guy just he fucked me up more than anybody else did there. So, all right, I'll take that shot at him. That's a 23 to hit.
23 will hit. Roll for damage.
Yep. So that's D12 plus a D4.
And if you take a shot, does that reveal you?
Yeah, that ends the invisibility. So I'm visible again now. Yeah.
Okay.
That is 12 plus 4 is 16 total damage.
16.
On
She
the
is
first
looking
shot.
very rough.
Yep. That was the first shot. Second shot is just a straight roll, right?
Yep.
But that's a 19 plus 9 is a 28.
With an extra D4 damage, go for it.
Woohoo!
That's right, because you don't get 2 attacks per AP, do you?
Yeah, it's 2 attacks per action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was only invisible for the first shot, so.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
And that's another 16 damage.
16.
Another 12
Jalbatros,
plus 4.
as you're in front of the mage, like part of her head just disappears.
Oh.
And there's like a pink mist that just sprays up against the wall, and her dead body now floats in the air.
I just kind of like shoot a thumbs up over where I think the bullet came from. Just thank you, thank you, Ford.
I believe you still have 3 AP left for
I
it.
have 3 AP left. Yep. So I'm going to use Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
My last use of Zephyr Strike, and that's going to help me by it adds 30 feet to my movement, so that's 45 total feet to move.
Okay.
But I'm going to try and I'll get up for I say 45 because I'm going to use 15 to get up. Sorry, so 15 to
Well,
get up.
it's half your movement to stand up.
Yeah, which was 30, right? Half of 30 is 15. sorry.
Then cast Zephyr Strike.
And then
Gotcha.
Zephyr Strike gets me 30 extra feet. Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to go on top of the building just off to the left, like same building I'm on, just up to the next level there, so I
Okay.
can get a aim down at the street, basically.
Okay. You
That way
still
I-
don't have line of sight on the Druid or Trafar, but you have a line of sight on the Rogue.
Well, I'm going to move closer to the edge so I can look down at them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Give me acrobatics or athletics to move across the building top.
That's 11 plus 4 is 15. Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. So that's Zephyr Strike was with my movement. That's 2 AP and advantage on the attack with Zephyr Strike. So I'm aiming for Trafar
Gotcha.
without question.
You 1 AP on the mage, 1 AP to get up, 1 AP for Zephyr Strike. So this is your
Okay.
final AP on Trafar. Gotcha.
Yep.
2 attacks. You have advantage because you have height.
Nat 20.
Oh no!
Oh,
with
you're
that,
gonna get it
with
now,
that,
Trafar.
with that advantage, it was a nat 20 and a 4 were my 2 rolls.
Oh snap! Yeah, max that out. Max
Nat
out those
20.
damage dice and then roll them
So-
again.
Because I get an extra D8 with Zephyr Strike.
Yes, you do.
So that's there's a D8. Yeah. So that's 24 plus no, it's because I don't get the other D4.
Correct.
So that's 24
and then roll them again.
and then 950. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 24, sorry, plus 15, 19 plus plus 19. 24 plus 19 is 43, right?
43 points. He's barely alive. The druid was had given him some health back with the potion, but you just shoot down right into his chest, and Trafar just like coughs up a big chunk of blood. He is barely alive.
Oh, do I have anything left?
Well, that was only one of your.
Oh yeah, I get the second attack
You
on him.
still
That's
get your
right.
second attack. Yeah.
Nope.
Ricochets.
Jam the shit out of my gun there. Yeah.
Oh no! You rolled a 1.
Uh huh.
All right, your gun is jammed.
Yep.
All right, that will finish your turn.
It's like he got so excited seeing blood, he just and then jammed his fucking gun. Ugh.
You overhear Jafar kind of mutter to the druid, "Not this time. We'll try again later."
Oh.
You watch as the druid turns into a giant eagle, picks up Jafar, and will use his remaining 3 AP to move 180 feet up into the skyline. So these two are now gone, 180 feet away. I'll mark that because I know Jabaltros has a tendency to pursue.
Uh-huh.
The rogue is going to go invisible and use his remaining 3 AP to disappear into the city streets. So he's gone invisible. He is going to expend an action point to disengage and move away. Action point to disengage and move away. And then spend their remaining AP. Well, they're going to spend an AP to go invisible as they take their potions. And their 2 remaining AP to disappear into the gardens.
What?
So, they are running at this point. And they're running invisible with the exception of the druid who turned into a large eagle and is carrying Jafar off and away. I would say, watching them fly away, you would have noticed that he drank his last healing potion in the process. I'll leave it up to you, Professor, if you want to try to pursue. We're still technically in initiative.
I'm absolutely going to try to pursue it.
Okay. So your fly speed is what?
50.
50. You're looking at spending 3 AP to get into base.
That's fine by me.
Okay. So you are currently in base with them.
I'm gonna scream like as I see him take off. Get the gray fucker.
Get the green fucker? Is that what you said?
Gray.
Gray. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to. Let's see. I only have the 1 AP, right? So
Yeah, 1 remaining AP, correct. And currently, Jafar has pulled himself onto the back of the giant eagle and is turning to look to see you, and the giant eagle and him are trying to get away.
All right. I want to try to grapple Jafar. I'm doing good at that.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be athletics versus acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Yeah. Jafar's got a good deck, so fingers crossed.
Yep.
That is a natural 20 plus 8. That's going to be a 28 for his acrobatics.
I didn't get that. I got that, like a 17, which would be a 24.
Okay. Keeping this in mind, do you want to continue to pursue after the next round because the eagle will outpace you?
All right. I'm going to pursue the next round and see what I can do. But, well, am I on the back of the eagle? Because I assume, like, if I tried to grapple
No,
it,
because you didn't grapple the eagle.
Okay.
You tried to grapple Jafar and you missed. He ducked underneath your grapple, so you're flying in base with the eagle. You're still flying.
All right.
So the eagle would have to disengage to get away from you. So it's only going to get 3 AP. To
Yeah,
get
so
away.
I would get an attack of opportunity, but if he did. But,
If
so
he
that
didn't
works.
disengage.
If he didn't disengage, you get an attack of opportunity.
All right. Let me ask you this. I know I'm out of AP, but can I try to grab one of the eagle's talons just to kind of keep myself there?
No, you have no remaining AP at this point.
All right. No, I'm going to. I can still dash. I can do that a lot. But I'm going to try to pursue him maybe one more round, but I can't really do anything this turn.
So the eagle is going to expend all of their AP to dash, which gives them 240 feet. I believe if you dash, that gives you 200 feet.
I think you were right. Do I have anything that can?
What's the range? Oh, your gun is jammed. Your rifle's useless. It's jammed.
Mhm.
How
I mean,
far?
I could spend a round to mend it because with Artificer I picked up mending.
That's true. You could. But what's your maximum range on your rifle?
The rifle range, the max range is 800.
Yeah, that'd be a disadvantage. So while Jabaltros is pursuing, you'd have 1 round of them being in range with 2 shots at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
4%.
So Foreign, yeah, he like mends the rifle, gets it ready. He's like doing the whole take the breath thing.
Oh, I can't do that.
That's a 22 to hit. That's a 13 and a 14.
Yeah, that's
22.
gonna hit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and that's D8 plus 4. Or sorry, D12 plus 4 is 12 plus 2. 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 4 is 18 total damage.
He watches his unconscious body slumps forward onto the eagle.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna take the second shot at the eagle because fuck that guy.
Yeah,
You know,
go for
I
it.
still have
Yeah.
it, you know. I
Go
still
for
have it, but fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That's an 18 to hit the eagle.
That will hit regular damage. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Yep. But that's only 7 damage.
Yeah, I mean, he takes
I
the
rolled a
shot.
3 that time.
Yeah, he takes the shot and keeps going.
But is it? Would it possibly knock Trafar loose so he's gonna fall off? Because he's not actually holding on anymore. He's dead.
He slumped forward, and as far as you can tell, he did not fall off from that shot.
Okay.
Professor Jalbatros, you're 40 feet away during this last round,
Okay.
but you
So,
have no
what-
remaining AP. You get the feeling that each round you drift 40 feet further away from the eagle.
Let me, because I
You have
can
anything
actually
at
use
range you want to try?
Yes, actually. What I can do is I can get within 120 feet. I think that only costs me 2 movement, but I can cast Moonbeam, and I can move that on other turns.
You can
Moving
move
on.
that, I
moving
think,
to the-
40 feet per turn, correct?
I think
50,
it's 60, but yeah.
50 feet per turn. Still going to outpace the eagle. You will get an opportunity, that initial cast of Moonbeam, but
Yeah.
beyond that, he's going to continue to dash and will outpace you.
That's fine, but I'm also trying to make him like.
He's not banking. He is sprinting outright straight over the city, trying to get away.
Can I?
What kind of creature is he normally? I'm curious about something else. Like I know he's a giant eagle right now, but the actual.
He was a
creature.
furbog.
Oh, okay. So that's not good. Well, but if I could center it, if I could do that, I could cut that. I'm also trying to. God, I know what I want to say, but the words aren't coming. God damn it.
I mean, at this point, you have 1 remaining opportunity to do the 2 AP, cast Moonbeam to center it. Because if you try to center it, he's just going to move out of the way. If you center it on him, he'll have to make a save. But after that, he'll outpace the Moonbeam with no problem.
Yeah, but it'll take
That's
damage
fine,
on the first hit, though.
Yeah, he'll take damage on the first hit, and presumably, what's his name?
Yeah, he has to make a wisdom save or a con save.
It's a con save, but
Yeah.
I think he's unconscious, so he'd fail.
If
that.
he
Trafar would take 2 death saves. Well, theoretically, take 2 death saves, right?
correct.
So
to fail
that's
this.
mainly what I do there, because my goal isn't necessarily to kill him, but if that's what it takes, I wanted to catch up with him.
Okay. So we'll say you get to the end, and we'll come back to the other 3 in a moment, but you get to the maximum of your movement. You cast Moonbeam out on top of the eagle. That is a failed con save. That's an 8. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. It's a 2d10 radiant. Cool.
Correct.
Where are my d10s? No d10s. Why have you abandoned me?
So, as I'm watching this go, can I insight or perception? I'll let you kind of pick, just to get an idea of where it looks like they're trying to go. Because you said he's flying straight away and not moving. So I'm just
give me a. Actually, for that would be a survival. Since
Survival?
it's directional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's more like trying to
that-
see if there's something ahead of them that, or any idea of what's up there.
What'd you get for damage, Jabatros?
16.
16. That's actually going to be enough to make him bank. As the Moonbeam lands on him, He banks a hard left to disappear into the alleyways and streetways of the buildings, a solid 350 feet away from where the battle started. And you see an unconscious form slide off the back of the eagle, and a low kind of splat, like a melon hitting pavement down below. And that will definitely take us out of initiative. What'd you get for survival?
Just a 10.
Okay.
On our side, did they disengage, or could we have taken attacks at them as they were trying to run away?
Well, the problem is they disengaged with their movement, right? So they spent an AP to disengage. They then spent an AP to go invisible, and then they had 2 full dashes into the gardens.
They would have.
You guys
can
have certainly
1 dash into the gardens.
No, because they have 4 AP.
Well, is
remember,
disengage an AP, or is disengage? Do you just get disengage?
Disengage is an AP, but you move at the same time.
So you can move and disengage with 1 AP.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
like
the next
that
AP was
action.
taking the potion of invisibility, and then it was 2 AP to dash it while invisible into the gardens.
Okay.
I mean, you're more than welcome to try to give it a go if you want.
Anybody got an area of effect?
No, I could throw a javelin, just in the direction they went. It seems risky.
Throw the javelin up in the air and then sacred flame the javelin onto the target,
Ooh.
You maybe drop in objects.
You don't have arms? Was it Arms of Hadar or whatever? One of them. Warlocks have some AOE spells.
I don't have that, but I do have a compass that helps me find people if I have something of theirs. So if somebody kind of knocked something off of them.
Give me investigation to look around, see if you can find anything.
Well, there's at least one body.
We definitely have some blood on the ground.
Well, there's 2 bodies. There's the bard and the fighter. So, Foreign, what'd you get for survival?
Just a 10.
10. You're not entirely sure where they were going, and you're not entirely sure where the body fell, but it's possible to start looking. But Professor Jabaltros, you definitely saw where the body fell.
Okay. I want to go immediately to the body.
Okay.
Once I land, I would like to summon. God, what is my griffin's name?
Brightquill.
Brightquill. Just summon Brightquill and just immediately bring Thorn here. But no debate.
He lifts up off into the air. Ford, you see Brightquill coming towards you. Lands. Jabaltros would like your company for a moment, if you would.
Oh, thanks. I got to hop up on the
Climb
back.
on back and starts flying you towards where Jabaltros is.
So out of curiosity, because just while I'm reading this, because I was just looking at that, I'm assuming this is more for changelings because of stuff, but
yes, it's not druid.
Okay, that's kind of like
druid.
Just to make sure that doesn't.
Yeah, Moonbeam causes changelings to have to shift back to their normal selves.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but it's that'd be really cool.
Funny looking.
Melody, Karina, and Eritreo, the 3 of you are in front of the temple. Elith comes running out. What happened? Are you guys okay? What? Oh, you guys look a bit rough. Here. She puts her hands on Melody and gives you 20 hit points back.
Ooh,
She'll put her hands on Karina and give Karina 20 hit points, and she'll put her hands on Eritreo and give him 20 hit points back as well.
I got a 13 on investigation. Do I find anything at all?
There's the one fighter's body who's still there. The guards within the temple have come out to kind of see what's going on. There's the bard over the way with a perfect javelin shot through his chest. He's lying dead on the ground with a javelin. As far as the other 2 you were fighting, you don't find any kind of remnant or anything that they would have dropped.
Ding. Okay, I'm just gonna loot the bodies real quick.
Okay.
Was anyone
Give me an
around?
investigation check as you do that. Say that again, Eritreo.
Was anyone around to see that battle?
Not really. People were over in the gardens. There was a procession inside the temple. It's like they waited until it was just the 3 of you, and they kind of sprang out of the gardens towards you.
Okay, 14.
14. The bard, you find his spell book. He does actually have a spell book. You suspect he might be an arcane trickster of sorts. You also find a small pouch on him with 32 gold and 4 silver in the pouch. He does not seem to carry a weapon, but you do find a wand on his belt as well. And he seems to be wearing just plain simple leather armor.
Okay, I take everything.
Okay.
How much gold was it again?
32 gold
or
and
silver.
12 silver.
Nice.
12.
There's still the fighter, whose body is on the ground as well.
Well,
With that big old sword.
well, I don't have very
So,
good investigation. I don't want to look
Not
at
to
it.
metagame too much, but the professor could really use some heavier armor. Just saying. Just saying.
You can't fly with it though.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it.
It'd be funny though.
I can. I get disadvantage on some dex stuff.
He
I can
just
still
he
fly.
take he actually is gonna take the pauldrons off of it. And just
Yeah,
wear it like
expose
just
legs.
the breastplate.
Is Karina looking that fighter over?
Yes.
No, she's busy with the bard.
Okay.
I guess.
I
Yeah,
can go
what's
look
your
at the fighter.
investigation?
I got -2 investigation, you guys, but I can go look.
I got -1, so at least I have a little bit better of a shot.
You have advantage.
Well,
if you
I have
help-
-1.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, you guys gain
-2. I think it's a
you-
-2.
you gain advantage if you help each other. So
All right, we'll help each other. You want to roll?
Yeah. Let's see if you do any better.
Oh,
17.
oh, nice.
nice.
Nice. First roll is not great.
The sword, the great sword, and the armor are definitely exquisite, possibly magical. You also find 16 gold and 4 silver on his person, and you find he never had a chance to use them. You find 2 potions of regular heal, 2 potions of healing.
Nice.
I mean, he
What was-
basically got
what was the gold
freaking
count?
one-shotted practically by Melody, and then finished off by Karina's toxicity.
He got 99%ed by Melody, and then
Yeah.
What was the gold and silver count on that guy?
12 gold and 2 silver.
Cool. And then 2 healing potions.
And 2 healing potions.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't get to use it either. You also find an invisibility potion. Karina, you would have found a invisibility potion on the bard as well,
Oh yay!
because he didn't get a chance to use it either. Because he's like lying there on the ground with a javelin shoved through his chest. So we'll say the Bahamut Templars are busy cleaning up the mess, pulling the bodies back into the temple. Elith is with the 3 of you, trying to figure out what's going on. Forn, you arrive on the back of Brightquill to where Professor Jabatros is currently down in the city alleyways of Jrusar, standing next to the horrific physical remains of Trafar.
I unroll the portable hole.
Horrible hole.
Okay.
Yep, and just
Your
like,
corpse hole. I unroll my corpse hole.
look, just get him in here for now. We got to go find the others. And I unroll the hole, speak the words, and then start like pushing the body part in
Okay.
there.
And you guys would know that at least Melody and Eritrea would be at the temple currently.
So then we can hop on Brightquill and skedaddle.
Okay.
Skedaddles.
As the 3 of you are searching the fighter and watching the Bahamut Wardens drag the remains away, the 2 of you arrive just over the temple's front to see the remains of a battle. As you land Brightquill in front of the temple, there is Karina, Eritrea, Melody, and Elith all having a conversation about what just happened. And you guys are all back together again in front of the temple, and the Templars seem to be cleaning up the mess.
I look like shit.
We
like
just
when you,
got attacked. Oh,
like-
we just got attacked again, guys.
what?
Is Ryan having some connection issues, or is that just on my side?
Yeah,
No, I think he's
Alexa
connected.
has him on a bandwidth allowance. If
That
he
makes
does
sense.
not see now that they're married, Ryan has.
No, I get it. I mean,
Now
that's
his bandwidth
again, man.
belongs to
I get
me.
it.
Yeah, Ryan now has a honeydew list, and it looks like he did not earn enough credits from his honeydew list.
Aw. But he can hear us.
Right. Maybe he can go out and back in again. There he is.
No. So
Right. So, what in hell's happened here? Wait. Hold that thought, Corinna, if you would. And I take out the portable hole and pop it open. It sounds odd to call this a surprise, but you'll appreciate what's in here.
Ooh.
You guys all look down the hall in the hole, and there's the dead body of the Ivory Syndicate, known as Trafar.
Karina does a little jig.
hey,
Like,
Victory
try to-
dance.
I pull it up and out of the hole. Like I reach down there and get it out of the hole.
Jafar killed her the very first time she died in this campaign, so Karina's pretty stoked.
I hadn't even had time to go over the body. We just tried to get out of where we were. We were in the Airy Spire, and I saw the son of a bitch while we were walking around the docks. So he's tied to this somehow. I've heard of people that can talk to the dead, but I don't have that ability.
I do.
You do?
My friend.
I have speak with dead. Yeah.
Wait, how? I've been trying to get it forever. That's really not fair.
Because he's a cleric.
Yeah, I'm a cleric.
Well, I'm
You know,
sorry,
he's
that is
Claire.
the death.
if you pledge your soul to a deity instead of selling your soul to a deity, you get easier access.
you get
to
some
power.
advantages.
Oh, don't you? Okay, I get it. Warlocks
Not all of us
are
are
like
rich.
freelancers and clerics are like union workers. Okay,
Yeah,
If,
yeah.
whatever.
if you're your mom's favorite special little boy, then you get to speak with
Not
them.
all of us are rich in coin, but some are rich in spells, which might be.
So
You
I
know
just
what,
also
for that,
noticed
I'm giving
that,
you a worse credit for in my little Karina book.
Foreign in Jabbletros, you also notice that there is a very nice suit of full plate mail with a greatsword lying on top of it. That
I
was
can-
collected
what?
from one of the memories of the members of the Ivory Syndicate.
I can take
Oh,
some time and identify those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
The great. Go ahead.
Before I forget, the mage whose head you exploded, did they like float upwards, or are they just kind of?
As
off
far
in
as
the
you know, they
distance?
should still be there floating for the duration of the spell. So,
Yep.
All right.
You want to send Brightbeak back for it, or Bright Quill?
Yeah, I was
back?
about to say, like, hey, Brightbeak, do you think you could maybe collect that unfortunate mage that attacked
I've known
us?
you for years, and you call me Brightbeak. I hate that. My name's Brightquill. You know this, and
I'm
yes,
so
I'll be glad to
sorry.
go
It's-
get it for you.
I'm
And
sorry,
he
it's-
he flies away from you. Just leaves.
Oh,
You got me doing this now. I named the damn baby.
Mr. Ford,
But
were
then
there
you got
some
me
questions
saying
you
it.
wanted me to ask this dead soul?
Uh,
I
so-
will give you this, though, Foreign. Be cautious. It's probably going to lie heavily and try its best not to give you any useful information. This guy does not like you.
Yep. So that's why I wasn't going to ask him anything, because I'm
Something
identifying. I'm
else.
identifying the stuff. But
That's
Corinna
fair.
knows
That's
him.
fair. That's true.
Right now, is there anything
But
you
do
want to
wanna
ask
say-
this dead gentleman?
Who
I'm
would
curious.
Trafar talk to?
Well, look, he was. Well, that's a great question.
I
was
recall
working
seeing
with-
him. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I believe I saw him when when I first saw Corina when she was being transported from one place to another, and there was another guy with him that that I flirted with as Smingle. So hopefully I remember what he looks like. But so I guess he would maybe know about why the original Corina was being transported, or at the very least, he'd know a little bit about how she was transported, or like who was the powerful magic caster that was supposed to be with her.
But I think he might know something about Spike because look, we went back to the Ironbound. I was going back to survey the area. He was up on a rooftop eyeballing everything. He certainly wasn't expecting to see us, no more than I was expecting to see him. But I went and chased him down, and he tried to flee. He turned invisible in the street. I shot him. I got real lucky, but I shot him. And that, chased him all around the damn area spire. But he was looking for something or watching something happen while they were looking at the remains of the Ironbound that was being still taken apart. Professor was overdoing that at the time. I wasn't paying that much attention. I was looking around for people and other things.
Is it possible if I use Speak with Dead, and does anyone else have Zone of Truth or something like that? Would that
I think I have Zone of Truth. Let me look.
Do those two spells work concurrently?
I think because the target's not considered alive, I don't think Zone of Truth works.
Yeah, it doesn't make a roll. It wouldn't roll on anything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's incapable of making a save, so.
Does Speak with Dead, is it possible to trick the dead? Can we make him think that we, like, even just wear cloaks and to be somebody else?
How about that?
You can transform into somebody.
Corinna, you remember that old guard with the scar? He was part of the now I blanked on their names. The people that run the place. The council.
Chandei Quorum?
Shit. Yes, the quorum. Thank you. He was one of the guards he was wearing stuff for the quorum, but he was at we saw him. I saw him when I was at the house at the house Loomis in the garden. He kind of, after we left out, remember I broke a tooth off in
because if he recognizes you as an enemy or an antagonist, he will probably just lie.
Yeah, and so I'm planning to not be in front of him.
Okay,
Karina, what's your passive insight?
My passive insight is 15.
That's good enough. You get the feeling that maybe looking like Regina Greencloak might be helpful.
Oh, okay. Second time today.
Yeah.
Before I transform into her and give myself away, I should. Do I know what location we can go to where we cannot be scryed on? Is there such a thing?
What about the inside a tiny hut? Because doesn't that shield you from every outside influence?
Yeah, it does.
Now,
so
when it comes to Speak with Dead, am I going to be do I have to be the one that speaks to him?
No, anyone's able to ask questions of him. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Question is, where are you guys going to attempt all this? Because right now you're in front of the temple, creating a little bit of a scene, and you're also
dead body.
Do you want to assume that Brightquill is going to bring the body of the mage back to the prancing centaur for you, Jabaltros?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Yeah, maybe send Brightquill back to the prancing centaur.
Otherwise, it's just going to show up with a dead mage in its beak, like, "Where's her? I got it."
So I'll push Trafar back into the hole and roll it back up. Let's go home.
Just for my own clarification there, because we were talking about Zone of Truth, I did look it up, and it just says creature. So I don't know what it means.
A dead person is not a creature.
It's not a creature. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was going to be like astral form for that or whatever. Okay.
A corpse is considered a corpse. Technically, a corpse is considered an object, I think, once they're dead.
A corpse is a corpse, of course, and nobody talks to a corpse, of course, except, of course, unless the corpse has the spell cast.
Is the famous Dr. Jha? I don't know.
you guys gather up your things, saying bye to Illith, and you head on back to the Prancing Centaur. You come across the Fates Walk Bridge, and sure enough, they're up on the rooftop line. Is Brightquill landing? It just kind of plops the corpse of the mage onto the roof. It rolls down the shingle side of the roof and onto the veranda up above.
I feel like it shakes the thing, and like the arm, the mage's arm, like wags before it throws it down.
Pretty
Like,
much,
hey.
it's like a cat bringing home a dead bird.
Yeah, pretty much. They're a griffin. That makes sense.
So you guys are now currently back at the Prancing Centaur and back home. What would you guys like to do next?
Oh, I'm just gonna cast Tiny Hut real quick.
On the veranda? As it comes
Maybe up
into
on the second floor.
Sounds like a good idea.
The third floor.
I feel like all the bodies are bad for business.
Well,
the body's up
the
on
veranda's
the
like a
veranda,
balcony, right? So it's
so
up there. They can't.
I
Because
just know, like, if I were considering whether to visit a business, if bodies were being dropped on the roof, I'd be like, probably not.
You're right. You're right.
So that's where they get their stuff.
Who's casting Tiny Hut?
Karina.
All right, Karina. Bring Tiny Hut into existence.
Once we're inside, I tell them about the 3 hags and the fact that they were scrying on Melody and Eritreo, and we're in communication with Crip.
Yep, so everything that Karina learned after saying what she did. Do you also tell them that was the effect of the charm that you have?
I tell them I received this charm from my parents who, like, encountered it, but I don't tell them why they gave it to me.
Okay, that's fair.
Can I roll insight on the hags?
Sure.
If they're nope, I'm not going to get much out of that. That was a 4 + 5. So
Yeah, they sound like pretty horrible.
sound like hags.
Yep, they sound like pretty horrible people.
Melody or Treo, why do you think they were scrying on you? And did you feel anything? Did anything like jump out as unusual to you?
Well,
No,
I mean,
I didn't notice anything.
but you did have a weird experience, right? You had another maybe run-in with Davini, like right about the same time?
Was it? Well, I wonder if Davini could have triggered that experience with the hags.
Or maybe they weren't even looking for us, they were looking for Davini?
That
Did
could
I get
be.
the sense that they were kind of zooming in on them?
You get the feeling they were scrying on the area because unless Elith failed the wisdom save. So neither Melody or Eritreo had to make a wisdom save. So they felt no scry attempt on either of them. So you don't get the feeling they were the target. Something else at the Bahamut Temple was the target.
It could have been Elith. But you said they're like trying to escape? They're like stuck in the place where they are?
I got the feeling that they once supported this Mason fella and that they somehow got burnt. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that's the impression I got. I guess they were also looking... Sorry, what was his name? The other guy who sucks?
Crimp?
No, the other guy who sucks.
Oh, Callian?
Callian!
Callian.
They were also conjured the image of Lord Callian. It seems like they're in some kind of cahoots with Crimp. I'm not quite sure what their goal is and how they're connected to all this. But clearly something weird is happening. I was able to get away by pretending to be Regina, but the downside is that Crimp now might suspect that something is off with Regina. and she was supposed to be in Hellcatch Valley, which is a little strange because why would he think that when theoretically the last place he should have seen her was, I don't know. Actually, I don't know when is the last time he saw her, but that's specific enough for me to be concerned.
If he's in league with Callian, we caused Callian to think that she was not taken by the Bright Queen. And I don't know, I can't remember if Karina would have said this, but didn't Regina tell Karina that the changelings, like, their sort of homeland was in the Hellcatch Valley?
It seems like their base of operation of their, weird assassination syndicates is the Hellcatch Valley.
So maybe he just doesn't know the Bright Queen has her? Or maybe she got away.
I think that's my concern a little bit, if she's like running around free. Is there any way for us to contact the Bright Queen just to find out, to make sure that everything is okay with Regina, that she's, suffering wherever she is?
Yeah, I can contact the Bright Queen, but didn't Artanian tell us that the changelings are out in the Hellcatch Valley?
He did. I think my concern was the familiarity with which Crimp was talking to Regina. By now, I'd think that if they are in, actually, I'm not sure how many days have passed in D&D.
Like,
I don't know if it's like
3. I think it's not that many.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a week.
It's just something to look at on the off chance that something went wrong there. Yeah.
I can communicate with the Bright Queen, though, if that's necessary.
If you can, just make sure that Regina is there. Ask her if there is anything we can do, anything else that she might know about the hags.
All right. Okay. I'll do I'll wait till like we're done with this before I scribe.
I will say that during your identify, the wand is a wand of magic missiles with. It's capable of 5 charges. It currently has 3 remaining charges. The sword is a great sword +1, and the plate mail armor is full plate mail armor +1.
The good news is we got this fancy sword. It's it doesn't do anything super fancy, but it's big and heavy and probably hits pretty hard if you're talented with it. The plate mail, again, nothing overly fancy. It's very pretty, but it'll offer you a little bit better protection than the standard run-of-the-mill plate mail. And then the wand. You might want this, Corinna, being the magiciest person of us, but magic missiles, wand of magic missiles, you can summon it to cast magic missiles, but it's only got 3 charges on it. It can hold 5. You gotta try and re-enchant it overnight and all that good stuff.
Hell yeah. I want missiles. Is it the one that we took off the arcane gesture?
Yeah, after the bard.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there, Eritrea has no way to do range damage, and so I wonder if it might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Here,
I take it away from Corinna.
He rolls for yoink.
It's okay. I already took all
You
the.
got pew pews. You got pew pews. You're good.
Here you go, Eritrea.
Oh, wonderful! Is there a name for this wand within D&D Beyond?
Wand of magic missiles is usually.
It's usually
have magic.
But I know 2024.
Wand of magic.
Hey, buddy, come on.
Yes, wand of magic missiles should be in there.
Oh,
All right.
That's okay. I have the
The
arcane
one that's in here is 7 charges, so go ahead and upgrade it to 7.
Oh, even better.
Sweet.
It's only a difference of
Only
1.
3
So
left. Yeah.
Killer. Well, thank you, and Karina, thank you for understanding that. You don't
I
always
suck
get
at
what
rage.
you want.
Karina has the face of like a younger sibling who is forced against their will to like be the bigger person, but really didn't want to.
Sure, you can have the last piece of cupcake. Yes, here you go.
Yeah, no, don't think about me being selfless again.
All right. So, if no one else would like to, I could really use that plate armor. My leathers have they've become a little bit underpowered, so to say.
I think your
Oh,
AC
and,
is still like 5 over melody.
I
Right?
know.
Like even with leather,
AC's
you're
5 over mine. What's your
his
AC?
AC is 19.
My
My
AC is 19, but
19.
that's
Okay,
because
well,
I have just ridiculous dex.
What does plate armor do? Because I already have chainmail, which what does plate actually do?
it's
I was looking
it's
because I
plus
couldn't
1
find
plate.
plate armor
So
+1. Like,
it should be called full plate, right?
I don't know. 2024 rules keeps changing things on me.
So it looks like it gives you an AC of 18.
yeah, it's base AC of 18.
So it would be
That's just
18 plus your strength. Is that how
Dex.
AC is? Plus your
Dex.
dex? Okay.
Yeah. But it's, yeah.
So
Why do I? Oh, because I have a shield. That's why it's 19.
Ah.
I do have. I think what I had is like I can give Melody both.
Plate
of
plus
my,
1's a blue. It's a AC 19, base AC of 19.
Okay. So, Melody, what I can also do is I was going to give you the lightning maul anyway, which is is +1 to hit and +1 damage. Although I don't know what that is. That just an additional like random +1 in there, and it can cast thunder or lightning bolt once a day. And I believe I have Boots of Featherfall, which do what they say, but I think they also add a little bit to your armor class.
Is there anything?
Oh yeah, they're +1 AC.
Boots of Featherfall, +1 to AC.
Yeah, because
Oh,
the
wow.
boots had +1, and I had like random bracers that I didn't end up needing.
Oh,
I
that's
got
right.
them
Because that's right. They were part of a full set of armor. That's right.
If you take the plate, Eritreo needs all that stuff.
Yeah.
I will happily give him the my bracers, my boots of Featherfall. Although he's got wings, so I don't know what those are gonna do. But that'll give him
His
+3.
wings aren't like your wings. His wings only come out like every once in a while. They're not.
Yeah, I think
permanent.
that's limited to certain numbers,
They're
certain
short rest
attempts
or
per day.
something.
Yeah, per short rest.
If I have a shield, I can't use a greatsword, right?
Correct.
The two-handed weapon.
Two-handed weapon.
Well,
But you
the
can,
maul will be the same because
you can have it if you need it.
Hey, have it on your back. You can always switch it out.
Do you want to like roll a d20 or something for the armor? Because that seems pretty sweet.
Your call. Like I'm doing okay for right now, but yeah, we can always do that.
I think he has more magic stuff than you do.
Yeah, but I don't like. I mean, I have some stuff. Like I have some swords and stuff, but I would not mind having the armor. But it sounds like we both equally want it because we're both paladins at the same level. So I'm wondering, should we just like flip a coin?
Rollsies? Rollsies.
Rollsies.
Okay. Rollsies? Okay.
Just
Rollsies.
Straight
Straight
D20
D20.
roll.
But
Okay.
use the D20 on Beyond, on D&D
Okay.
Beyond. That way it's in the lot.
No cheating. Yay. Okay.
No, it's
D20.
just it's that way everyone could go, oh!
Okay.
All right, and
Oh, I got a 14.
I got an 8. So no, it's your-
All right.
Right. Now, I believe plate mail still suffers from the disadvantage problem of stealth.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's a much louder disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like pots and pans clanging together all the time.
pretty much.
But you could wear her chainmail though.
Yeah,
I
you can have
could,
my
but-
Gmail if you'd like.
Because that would be
Um,
better AC.
Although,
Somebody
is
give
it-
me an investigation check on the body of the wizard, of the mage.
How's my investigation? My
Someone with
investigation's
good
okay.
investigation.
I'm good. I've got it. It's 21. 17 plus
21?
Yeah, 20.
The oh god, what's that armor ability that
Shield?
mages have? No, the
Mage armor?
mage armor. So he's wearing a robe of mage armor.
Oh.
Has a scroll of healing word. Also would have because she never got a chance to use it. 2 healing potions and a potion of invisibility. And she has a ring of fly. She does not have a spell book. She has a spell focus, which was her staff.
Does anybody want her scroll?
The bard had a spell book though.
Yes, arcane magic.
I'll take a look at that.
It is
Well,
a
What will you give me for it?
No,
it-
I'm just looking at it.
holding
to
it later.
identify. I'm just identifying it. Yeah.
it's a spell
think
book
I
of
have-
evocation up to 4th level.
I have so much healing stuff that I don't think I need the scroll of healing. I'd rather have someone else like Thorn who.
I don't actually have healing. I do
Everyone
have
has healing.
I just don't use it.
Karina, you
Karina
have-
has false
right?
life. She doesn't
You have
have
false
healing,
life.
right?
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
temporary hit points.
Yeah, she can have the spell, the scroll.
All right.
Oh,
I'm just working this out. I actually don't. The chainmail works for me, but it actually doesn't increase my AC at all because I don't get the dex bonus anymore. But it keeps me at 19. That means I can give my boots and bracers to Eritrea, which is a +3
Okay.
AC.
Nice.
Ooh, awesome.
He meant-
I don't remember. I don't remember
Trey, do
what
you
the
need,
bracers
do you
did.
need-
I added them specifically just as like, hey, you have these. For
The
your,
bracers, I believe, were just a +1 to
Yeah,
AC,
they're just-
if I recall.
bracers
I think
are
you're right,
defensive, yeah. You want this robe, Eritrea?
Yes.
I mean, you. I think you're just wearing clothes, right? So,
No, was the was
You
your
have-
just
you
regular-
have-
I mean, Karina could wear that also. Or do you have
That's
armor already?
fashionable. I will trade someone the scroll for the wand. For the not the wand, the what was the thing that the wizard was using for spells? The focus
The
the
staff.
staff, yeah.
staff.
Yeah, you have
What
the
does
staff.
like a staff of focus do?
It's just his spell. It's what is.
It's the way that she was casting spells was through her staff. So it's a spell focus as opposed to a spell book.
Oh, okay. I have my book. I like my book. I think I'm okay. I
two of
think
the healing potions.
the only thing I could potentially get anything out of is the arcane magic book, just so I can like study it a little.
As you guys settle into the beginning of the late afternoon and early evening back in the Prancing Centaur, you begin to think about the questions for Trafar. You begin to sort loot amongst each other. You begin to think about new players in what has happened today. Who are these hags? How are they connected to all this? How do they know Crimp? And why the continued use of Regina Greencloak seems to be the Kevin Bacon of this particular campaign. She seems to know all seven ways of Regina Greencloak. And everyone seems to know her. She seems to be heavily involved. And now the possible thought is she's still truly in captivity with the Bright Queen back at her capital city. These thoughts begin to roll through your mind as the beginnings of a conspiracy are beginning to sound interconnected and made with purpose. And what is in the Hellcatch? Where are these changelings hiding? And what is their purpose? Are they directly involved or merely hired assassins that are inadvertently participating in whatever this conspiracy might be? With only a couple days until Jamon Sword's announcement, the team begin to settle in to the beginnings of their long rest and plans And that's where we're going to finish tonight, as we will leave it there. Is everyone good for next week? Are we all good for next Sunday? Schedules look good.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
fine.
linger and we'll chat about the calendar. Everyone else, thank you for coming out and watching. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game. Good night, everybody.